I think it looks too bad.
Yeah.
Live.
All right. There we go.
Good morning.
Pop. Kabam.
Kabam. Just win this.
Somebody tell my eyes were awake. It was a late.
Yeah, for both of us.
All right. We've got, what is it, Martin City?
Yep, Martin City Brew Coffee Stout this morning.
Yes. Rise and Grinds.
Which is where I went to elementary school and middle school. Fun fact. Martin City.
Interesting.
Yep.
The school, not the brewing company.
Yeah. I was in elementary school, just hammered every day.
Sometimes that's fatal.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
I saw that in there and I said, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Score. I've got a whole bunch of random stuff. There you go.
That cat.
All right, let's see how many references or people understand the reference.
Yeah.
Can you see it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Turn off the dryer. Is that going to be?
No, I think it's okay.
Aspen,
Camera may
California.
not be okay.
Ooh,
We're throwing all kinds of things at the camera today, so.
where the beer flows like wine.
These are the special beer glasses I had made. I don't know if you can see. It says kind of famous. Hello Kitty, second face.
We got 8 in here, still letting it blow in.
Yeah.
Looks like that event's over, so which one's coming on next?
Coming up next, Major League Rugby. I thought it said that there was another FS2, another bowling show at.
Let's have a Rise and Grinds and talk about rugby.
Yeah. Woof. I don't know. It said that there was
Australian rule, stout or porter? It's a stout. It is a stout.
I'll have to have my brother explain to me the difference between stouts and porters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I don't know why this this didn't show up on Discord, did it?
I have mine on.
Yeah, I think it did. I got it on
Oh, it
Discord.
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure.
All right. Yep. Just wait for people to filter in. Sometimes YouTube's really slow about getting notifications out. So
Yeah, you got one. It went out at 9:52.
I said rugby was on, but no, it's yesterday's show, I think, which is going to be great because we need to talk about it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So yeah, this is going to be yesterday's show. It looks like on FS2. If anybody wants to watch along, we're watching it live, so there's not going to be anything.
Yeah.
Should just turn it on and be good to go.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yep. It's yesterday's show. There was the Vias Kona match wasn't exciting, but it came down to one shot each game for one of the. We're not going to spoil anything, as well. I mean, we will as we're watching it, but
Because they fire up again at 10:30 today, right?
Mhm.
That's what I thought. Ooh, yesterday's show. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Still waiting for the Bulls to
yeah, notifications are almost random on when people get them. Yeah, because we've only got 6 people in here, which is weird for a. I'm sure it's a public.
Usually we have around 20 something at least.
Yeah. Normally by 3 or 4 minutes in, there's some more people showing up. So I'm pretty sure I put this to public.
Share. Tell people come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Talk about some bowling, beer. We can all go to Aspen, California.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got my channel right now. So
Yeah, it's there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I got the YouTube notification.
See, you did?
Okay.
I didn't. My YouTube
God, dude, we're
notifications
just that
though are
boring.
very, very, very random.
There we go. There's a couple more people popping in.
Oh, maybe it did.
Morning from Montana.
Montana, huh? Awesome.
Sweet.
Hi, James. It's okay. I was told on Facebook last week it's not possible to make money.
Yeah.
Didn't he bowl in Dougie Vision yesterday?
Oh yeah.
I think so, James.
Oh.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you hang out with old Dougie Vision yesterday? Thought I saw something about that.
All right. People will pick this up later anyway. So whether you're watching it live or whether you can start it over or morning for North Carolina, then James is also in North Carolina.
Fun fact.
We're drinking Martin City Coffee Stout,
Yes.
which is pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Martin City has. If you're ever in that area and try some of their, I'm gonna try some beers. They're fantastic. I don't think I've had a bad one yet. Fun fact: they have a restaurant, bar, and grill now in Lee Summit too. Martin City does.
I think I remember seeing that.
Yep.
Isn't it over there by that That Jack Stack.
Yep, it's not
Okay,
far from
because yeah,
Jackson.
Angel and I, when we were leaving Jack Stack last time we were at Summit.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw Martin City Brewing Company.
Their food is
They're there.
amazing. It's not their main location, but it's more of a restaurant. I
Yeah,
think.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so he did both Division yesterday.
Yep.
But I saw something about that on
Mm.
Facebook. Got Panda hanging out with us. We got 12 in here. We're
Mm.
still a little slow. What?
All right. Yeah, we're fine. All right. So we're watching yesterday's round of 16 show for the PBA Playoffs. They also finished up qualifying and had a PWBA finals at the Lincoln Open yesterday. And we're going to touch on some bowling terminology too. Angel suggested it. The birthday girl
It is her
suggested
birthday.
it. Yeah, it's her birthday and she's 40.
I completely forgot. I'm sorry, and I didn't come bearing gifts.
Yeah. Well, the
Thank
gift.
God.
I
Yeah,
graced you
yeah.
with my presents. Happy birthday.
Yeah, the gift of the gift that just keeps on giving. And I have to open something because oddly enough, yesterday felt like my birthday because we kind of slept in.
Jealous.
Well, of course, we were up until 2:30.
In the morning.
Yeah, we were up until 2:30 doing our last shootout of the year, the double shoot, the Baker doubles, which was a lot of fun.
Those are always fun. Yeah.
Congratulations to Brent Kuhlman and
John Baton?
John Baton. I guess we'll say congratulations to him too, Ginger. And for Haley and Morgan.
Which I know.
Morgan got herself up into the top 16
Yeah, she did.
by making that with all the double points. We had all the bonus
It's
points.
Haley's second year and Morgan's first year. And for us to actually put out other patterns outside of a house shot and then to be like, sure, I'll show up and bowl.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
And I now catch Haley round one.
Yeah, and it worked out really well looking at the top 16 bracket. So we did a points thing. We have these tournaments that Angel and I ran all year. We did it the first and the first and the third Friday of every month.
Yep.
And then if there was a fifth Friday, and those were singles, just 3 games, it was $40, 3 games, got to the top 16 for a regular bracket. And then on the fifth Fridays of the month, whenever we had one, it was a Baker doubles. And we normally did double points for those.
They were all double.
Yeah,
points.
they were all double points.
And then the month of February, I did singles double points to make up for the couple that we missed.
Yes, during the shutdown.
Yeah.
So we had to be shut down
Yeah.
there for a couple weeks or whatever it was.
So that finished up. But looking at the top 16, and so we kept track of points throughout the year. And so we're going to have the top 16. We're just going to put them right into the bracket. It's going to be best of 2 games every round.
With handicap.
Total points.
Yeah, I know. Or yeah, total pins.
With handicap, yep.
And no entry fee. Everybody gets paid. Last place is gonna, the
First losers.
the first losers are still going to get $40, which is a regular entry, and first place is going to get 400. So
Yep.
pretty good turnout. So we had 8 scratch bowlers, or basically scratch bowlers, because you and Ryan Walsh get a couple sticks, so it doesn't really.
I won't next
And
year.
yeah, you won't get any sticks after this anyway.
Yep.
But Trevor made it. Ashton made it.
I think we counted
Peyton made it.
There were six scratch, I think, when we counted.
6 scratch, but then you and Ryan don't really have anything.
I mean, I don't get enough for it to really matter.
John,
John DeWyas has 10 or something like that, and he's not
Yeah.
going to get anything next year either, I don't think. And then you have a couple. Austin McBride, it gets 20 or something, and he's going to get less next year. And so there's a few in the 20 zone. There's a couple in the 10 to 15, and then of course Haley and Morgan get something like 70 apiece, but they average 120 and 140. So
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, yesterday felt like my birthday because we slept in. Then we went out I did some work in the garage, which after this stream, we're going to watch I think that there's more PBA playoffs on here, but we're going to kind of put those probably on the computer and go out, and we're going to drill Angel a ball. We're going to do some more plug work. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff going on out in the pro shop after we get done here. But we went to El Mezcal Mexican restaurant. I got demon shrimp, which
Is it spicy? Because it sounds spicy.
it's gringo spicy.
Okay.
There's a big difference between Mexican spicy and if you're Hispanic Mexican and you're watching later, there's that there's a big difference between gringo spicy and actual actually spicy.
Yeah,
so
the
this
commercial, I forget which commercial
This
it is, but he asks like, well, how hot is hot? And there's like, well, you have to sign a waiver. Yeah.
Because are you a fan of spicy stuff? I can't remember.
My stomach no longer tolerates it, but I'll eat the crap out of it.
Oh yeah, I love spicy stuff.
bringing home Dodge City salsa next week.
Yeah.
Sweet. I need to try that little chip challenge.
No,
It's really spicy. Have you seen
So
that?
we're gonna have to do that on here because even with as not spicy as it is, my nose starts running, my eyes just water and get red. It's completely entertaining. So we're gonna have to do that.
Both of us do the chip challenge.
Yeah, the chip
one
challenge.
chip.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Ramsden did. I don't know if you saw when Ramsden did it,
Oh,
but that
no.
was hilarious. But anyway,
Him and his wife.
Camarones
Oh,
a la Diabla. So I had demon, loosely translated demon shrimp. Nice spice to it, but it's very tasty. And
Speaking
then
of dishwalk,
yeah,
watch the shoulders. It drives me insane.
we're watching
There you go. Watch him walk back.
yesterday's. Yeah, he kind of
There he goes. There it is.
Christian Azcona and Chris Vi
Sorry.
are who we're watching on the show right now. It's on FS2. If you want to turn that on, watch along with us. We'll be talking about it here in a second.
Yeah,
as
we're
soon as I
watching
can
it live
stop rambling.
as they're streaming along. We're just kind of chit-chatting here. So.
I mean, and then cotton candy blizzards are back at Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen doesn't have the greatest ice cream, but cotton candy blizzards are, I mean.
And Sonic's got that new cookie Oreo. It's like Oreo. Oh, I saw it on the commercial yesterday. I'm thinking, oh my gosh.
Came home and we took a nap and we watched some TV and then,
You napped?
yeah.
Now I'm even more jealous.
And he put up his new 4K monitor.
That's it.
Yeah,
he
my
was
new
saying.
28-inch 4K monitor up in the office.
Sweet.
There was some other stuff that happened too.
You call that hashtag winning? That's what I would call it.
And now, I'm going to open this. This is my Valentine's Day present.
I don't even know what this is.
Never
So-
showed. I have no idea what it is. But I'm the one opening a present. I got her a Coach backpack that showed up a few days ago. It's her birthday present. Plus, she's getting a couple of the international yellow honey badger spare balls.
Oh, yes.
The bright Pikachu
Remember.
yellow. But my Valentine's Day present showed up. Thanks, COVID.
Thanks, COVID. Oh, you get it? Well, they were.
So I
Happily
have
take
no
that,
idea
yeah.
what this is, but it's fragile. Fragile?
For Gile. So where are you at this weekend or this week for work? Dodge City, Kansas, right?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Dodge City. Boy, that looks tasty.
Uh-oh.
What in the hell? Cognac? I don't think I've ever had cognac.
I don't think I have either. The bottle's cool.
Yeah, and there's something else with it here too. I'm gonna have
That's
to
just-
open.
Amazingly cake. That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Wait, what they said?
Cognac.
No, I
Oh.
want the bottle.
Claude.
Oh, yeah,
Shut-
that's totally not even what you ordered.
No, that's not.
Peat It Volume 2 and Broken Barrel Cast Strength Bourbon Whiskey.
Yeah, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Sounds like you need a
Yeah,
big cigar.
so I was
and dip
gonna
it
say,
in.
why did they send cognac? So this is
He
it's supposed to
said
be Broken
cognac.
Barrel Cast Strength Bourbon Whiskey, and there's a small taster of something else, but I don't even know. So yeah, it was my Valentine's Day present. I just now got it in May, and they sent the wrong bottle. I don't even know anything about cognac.
I don't either. Any of you
Never had
fans in
cognac.
here? of cognac?
Yeah. Does anybody know anything about cognac? I know Dougie knows about Hennessy, but
Oh yeah. Dougie Vision.
and I'm not on TikTok, but Dougie, every time he posts those on Facebook or whatever, Dougie on
Nice.
TikTok is apparently freaking hilarious.
Really? I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, he does all kinds of stuff. He puts wigs on and he kind of roast people and whatever else. But
Oh, what is that?
Flaviar. This looks cool. Pull up for the coaster and notes. This is a small little
Is it a sample?
angel share. Great. Yes, it's a little sampler.
Huh.
Angel share. Oops.
Missed
All
it.
right. So there it comes with its own coaster.
That's pretty slick.
So when
Yeah,
I
little
actually
coaster
got
pieces.
you,
Oh yeah, that's actually really cool. That's a little coaster.
A legit coaster, yeah.
so
Yeah.
what I actually got you, it's from that Flavor.
The Flaviar, yeah.
I got you a year subscription.
Oh.
Heck
So-
So this is the first thing of my Flaviar year subscription. That's
Yes.
awesome.
So I picked the first one as a here you go, and the next one to pick opens up in a few weeks.
Okay.
Oh, that's
And then-
cool.
Oh, this is the little trial. Okay.
Yeah.
These are the little sample things. So you're supposed to.
Jeremy Scott, I'm a fan of alcohol.
Yeah.
That makes two of us.
So this is one of those things where you're supposed to try these, and then you get on it's the Flaviar thing where you try certain different things, and based on what you say you like or don't like or how you rate them, then the next stuff that they send you.
No, you actually get to pick. It let me go in there and select what I wanted to pick.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But if you want to get the random selection, but yeah, these are scotches. These are all different scotches from Scotland.
So those are all Scotch.
Yeah,
Which is what the other one was.
but they don't.
Well-
I don't think they say on here what they are. They're just different scotches, and you kind of go back on and rate them. And
Huh, that's pretty cool. Do they all ship like that?
these are the tasters. I think that once you sample these to begin with and say, okay, I really like this one, or I don't like that one that much, or whatever else. But she did get me supposed to be Peated Volume 2, so she did get me, if you already kind of have an idea what you want or what you like, then they send you different variations of that to find out what you really like. And so I think I'm probably supposed to drink these and get back on and rate them and whatever else, but that's
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll get you the
so.
login information now.
Okay.
So you can.
Yeah, that'll be,
Cognac though. That's still
yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
interesting. What was it supposed to be?
Oh, T-Rex powered Smoky Treat, Peated Volume 2, Smoky Treats of Islay. Peated Scotch is acquired taste, but it's a hell of a taste. To be honest, yeah, so this is going to be, okay. So the whiskeys that'll introduce you to a treat of peat are Kilcaman Snag with a lovely sherry influence, Compass Box, the Peat Monster. Oh, I wanted to try the Peat Monster.
Well, there you go.
That combines Islay Smoke and Highland Peat, and Port Ascaig 110 proof with an award-winning smoky character.
110 proof, huh?
So yeah, peat may not be for everyone, but it's neat. Once you go peat, you always go neat. So Lafroig is
yeah.
super peaty, so that stuff's probably gonna be amazing.
Lafroig is the smoky stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Angel's favorite.
and I got a coaster. So.
Yeah.
If you drink the
Right now.
Lafroig, you stay away from
Yeah.
somebody for it's
Yeah,
use more than the COVID
My
rules. Make it about
face
12 feet.
recoiled from sniffing it.
yeah. Yeah,
You
Amanda.
smell like you licked a charcoal.
Amanda actually tasted though.
Yes, she
Tasted
did.
though.
I couldn't even. My face was no.
All right, now we got some people in here. 20 minutes past the fact. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah. Happy
I'm
Sunday
gonna
morning.
go log in because I want to know what happened to my actual log.
Yeah, yeah. and How I got cognac instead of bourbon.
Yeah.
Now we're getting-
I wanna-
Now we're getting. I'm sorry, that's still funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Now
Yeah,
that we're getting some
like,
peoples in here, let's
I didn't know that I said
Show me-
anything about
show me your
cognac.
shirt again this morning. We
Yeah.
decided
All
to
right.
do
Now,
a fun
now that we
shirts.
got some people in here, welcome everybody. Bat Cat.
Pretty cool. And then understand the reference if anybody gets
Yeah.
it. Aspen, California, where the beer flows like wine. Yes.
And I see that Jonathan didn't get his
Nope, I tried.
earrings in.
Nope, I tried.
I've got pink kitty cat earrings now.
We're gonna get it through that other hole, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, yeah, I know. Long story short, I've had my ears pierced since I was about 16 years old. I'm 32 now. I only wear them every once in a while, but they tried to close up on me. But we're gonna push it through. But we messed with it so much the other night. That
Yeah.
thing is like, don't touch
Yeah.
me. The ear hurts. This one's good. It
Well,
goes
Linda.
through.
I went down and told Haley and Morgan they just graduated from nursing school. They're both RNs now.
Yep.
And
Most of them are gonna work at Stormont, I think.
yeah, so I went down and told them, I said, yeah, we're, since you guys are all certified now.
Yep.
Gonna help Jonathan out with his,
Ear.
yeah. Anyhow,
If Amanda would
Um,
just push it through, it'd be all right.
we are once again we are watching the PBA playoffs on FS2 right now. It's the show from yesterday, so it's Baez Kona right now. I think they're in the middle of the first match here.
Yes, I think they're.
So
I think they're right in between.
Or,
Or
the first match. So they're after the first game.
Yeah.
So they're in between games right now, and then we have Tackett Prather, which was wild. So if
Yes,
you
it
guys
was.
probably should watch along right now if you have FS2 and can or want to watch along. But we're watching that along with the stream right now, so we're going to recap that as that's happening. I also want to talk some PWBA because the tournament was crazy and the finals were extra crazy.
See, I did not get to watch that
so,
last night.
Yeah,
I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, but yeah, it was amazing. They'll have it on YouTube here in a few days. I don't know why they charge for Bowl TV, and then, I mean they put the finals up so you can't watch the qualifying.
Yeah, the only thing they don't put
to
up is
Bowl
the qualifying match play. That's
But YouTube a couple days after it happens. I mean that's all most people want to watch anyway. I mean, I guess it's kind of a nice in between. So you can, if you have the Bowl TV, you can watch you pay to watch the qualifying and get the show live when it happens. And if all you want to do is watch the show, I mean, it's the same as having TV, or do you subscribe to their YouTube channel or whatever else? But
except for the fact that Bowl TV sucks and you have to hook a computer up just to your
TV
to watch it.
So that's when we got back with my Dairy Queen Blizzard. We watched the last round of qualifying before the finals, and then we watched the finals.
So say you didn't fall asleep.
I fell asleep. Yeah, I did fall asleep for a little while.
As it say, after you have the Mexican food and the
dairy puts me to sleep.
The Dairy Queen.
Yeah, so I definitely did fall asleep.
I'd been out for the count.
Yeah,
Capping.
Time for another beer here.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's normally up a few hours and go off. Yeah, in the YouTube, at least with the YouTube, going back and watching it, you can if you have the app on your TV or whatever, you can just watch it through the app like I do in my living room. So. I'm sure you have a YouTube app on your TV here too.
Yeah. Bear Dog, you doing a tire?
No, we're actually still in game one. It was
okay.
It was a commercial break.
Commercial in game one. All right.
Which this game was really good too.
So yeah, Vi is up by a little bit right now. We just threw his first shot in the 10th or in the 7th frame and left a 10 pin. And once again, this is live on FS2. Right? It's not live. It's the current offering on FS2 right now. It's yesterday's show.
Did you want to talk about some bowling terms too today at some point, you said? Okay.
So I'm going to grab another beer.
Whichever one you want in there. There's the Voodoo, and then that Snow and Tell. So we can save the Snow and Tell for last if you want.
Yeah.
It's a seasonal beer from Boulevard that I had. So kind of just saved it for.
Yeah, if you want to, but I put glasses in the freezer last night.
She said she put frosted glasses in the freezer last night.
Oh.
These are good. I don't
Yeah,
know if any of
we'll
you have had
probably
this.
change glasses since we had the coffee in there. So.
The Voodoo Ranger. It is an IPA. It's actually pretty good. I had some of it yesterday, so not sure if anybody's had that. I wasn't surprised if I didn't have ball reaction. I just kind of did. You want to talk about ball reaction? Wait till the second round. Frosty glasses. Oh, even better.
Pow, pow, pow.
Okay.
Boom, pow.
And did you beat me on a drink this morning?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, goodness. He's winning at life.
All right, so the PWBA finals yesterday, and actually the qualifying yesterday too, might have been on Friday, but spoilers incoming. Jasmine Mason, GG, shot 300 in qualifying yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That was when I was over here, actually. It was Friday.
Oh, Friday, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, GG shot 300. Yeah, we were watching that Friday night.
Yep, I was here.
Okay, yeah.
We were here having dinner before the shootout.
So, yeah, GG shot 300 Friday night. I threw it great. She ended up making the show. The show was Kelly Kulick obliterated everybody. She was the qualifying lead by 130, 140 pins or something. So Kelly has had a couple kind of down years. Well, I guess 2020 didn't even happen, and then 2019 wasn't a great year. But she's always been one to try to be strong on the middle side of things, make your spares, and just throw good shots. You're not always going to have perfect ball reaction. You're not always going to match up.
Right.
The pattern may not match up with your game. The house and the pattern may not match up with your game. You may just not have it that week. And so the most important thing I think for the players is to not fry out about a bad week or think anything terribly. It's going to be hard to like, well, why did I not bowl good? I mean, and then you start kind of questioning yourself and second guessing stuff. But she's always been one like, you know what? I know I'm good. I know I throw it good. I'm solid on my spares. So to put myself in contention, I'm just going to throw good shots. I'm just going to throw good shots. Well, the problem is she realized here lately that she'd been too soft at the bottom. She's like, I'm just going to get out of it good. I'm going to get out of it good. Well, she'd get out of it good, and she lost a lot of hit. And so she'd hit the pocket, but she'd get tapped all the time. But she was really good at making her spares. So she's like, they're tough, whatever else, but she couldn't keep up with the scoring pace. And so you haven't seen Kelly Kulick for a while.
Which is pretty much part of the problem when she got exempt on the men's tour. She couldn't keep up the scoring pace. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she won that one show.
But she's always been very, very nice to it to the bottom and just roll it into the lane. But then it just kind of dead when it gets to the pins. And so she hasn't pulled really, by in the ninth frame. It's all tied up, and then he tugged it.
Not only the next
4 boards.
The next game was the same thing, too. He just finished horribly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he didn't really have great ball reaction
hazy IPA
from the start, to be honest with you.
No, it's just American haze, so it's a hazy.
I thought it was an IPA.
This is really smooth for an IPA. It is. Really smooth.
I thought the box it is. No, it's just American haze. Yeah, it's not bad at all. You like that?
Over there.
You've had.
Yeah, I've had Voodoo. Yeah. India. Yeah, it says India Pale Ale, so it's a.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
So it's an IPA, but yeah, it's really smooth.
We're converting you to IPA fan. I couldn't think of what to get, and I saw that, and I'm like, I've never had Voodoo, but I bet he has.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I had a couple of these at
very popular,
Trevor's last night.
especially it's a New Belgium beer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I love New Belgium stuff.
Funny story over at Trevor and them for the fire last night, and they went to I think it's Dick's Last Resort, the restaurant where they're the waiters and waitresses. I don't know if anybody's ever been there. Apparently they treat you like crap.
Oh yeah.
So like when they all ordered a bucket of water, because I guess they were out there for something. Was all Bumgarners and Michelle Haley was there. They all ordered water, and they said, because you guys are all wusses, here's a bucket of water and just no glasses. You order something, they say, do you want to? I can't say some of the stuff they say, but apparently they weren't going to tell Trevor's mom that they were going that this restaurant, this is how they treat you, because she's one of those. If somebody's rude to you, she'll come out and say something.
She's very nice, but she's
a little firecracker.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was listen to them talk about that story, and apparently they went and saw Chris Angel out there.
Oh yeah.
The magician.
Yeah.
That guy is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got
Chris Angel, mind freak.
He's got the walk.
Yeah, he's got the walk. He's got the Baumgartner walk.
I don't know. Like Baumgartner's is better.
Yeah.
That one just looks like it's forced.
Yeah,
is it
and both Baumgartners have a different one because Trevor's kind of drops down a little bit and has that little saunter back. Trent kind of backs up and he it's hilarious. I have to tell.
They know they do it.
Yeah.
Trent's kind of gets the first one's kind of a little of a skip, and then he just kind of
and he just kind of leans back into it.
You need to play the lean back song for him.
Oh no, he didn't. All right, I have a vapor zone that's 58 by 4.5 by 45. I love the control, but it hits flat when you use angle. How can I drill a fatal venom to have the same control but still don't quit on dry lanes?
Say way out.
The vapor zone, what you've got there is it's kind of it's a pretty strong layout, and vapor zone is kind of a rounder reaction anyway. So I never found my vapor zone. I had an original. But the
fatal's pretty round too, though.
Yeah,
it is pretty round. It's like a baby flash.
Yeah,
is what it is.
The fatal venom's a lot more naturally continuous. Plus, it's not a Brunswick ball, so
and it looks really cool going down the lane.
It's actually going to finish down lane.
The blast
shots fired.
The blast zone was amazing, but it did nothing. That's why it was amazing.
Yeah,
because I could just kind of dump it down the side and it just kind of flop around a few times and walk right in there.
The original fuse from Brunswick was amazing too.
Yeah,
It was like maroon, I think. That ball was pretty sick.
Yeah, I had. Well, there was a raging red fuse,
Yeah.
and then there was a purple fuse.
The raging red one's the one I had.
Yeah, the raging red. I had
was that
three.
the OG, the original one?
I don't know. I think that and the purple one came out at the same time. The raging red was basically like a primal rage.
So if I remember right, back on tour days, all the Brunswick guys, that was the thing. Lonnie Wallachek was on TV choking on TV.
Yeah, Lonnie Wallachek.
But he threw it so good, man.
I know. And it's one of those things where I don't really think he just had some bad shots at the wrong time.
I mean,
back-to-back shows.
Look at Barnes, how many titles that guy could have if he didn't choke.
Yeah. And it just...
He could easily be at 25 at least.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
They bowl on TV and we're sitting here on a couch drinking beer and
talking to a computer.
talking to a computer. So,
yeah.
Anyhow.
Purple Pearl Fuse was first, I think.
Okay. The Raging Red was basically like the Motive Primal Rage before it was out, and very similar to something like a Parallax Effect. It was really strong.
Yep.
It was really chuggy, but it was also really flippy too. So it was just across the board strong.
It definitely was pretty strong. I loved it.
But anyway, back to the PBA or the PWBA show. Liz Johnson managed to sneak up into the 4th spot. And yeah, Kelly Kulick, we were talking about Kelly Kulick. She was, being really nice to it at the bottom and just trying to hit the pocket and stay out of trouble, but she couldn't keep up with the scoring pace. So she was talking about, it's like, yeah, I just am way too soft and easy into it. So she started snapping it at the bottom a little bit. And instead of kind of that elongated long swing where she's kind of being really soft with it and letting it roll, she started popping it a little bit. So she'd get out of it really clean and just, get it into the lane. And that's scooting the ball through the front's a whole lot easier and a whole lot more. The ball shape is just so much better. And all of a sudden she made the show last week. She qualified first this week. Can't remember. I think
she's too well. Except I always forget that they did the little,
they did that
opening
season. But I don't think she was at those.
I don't
I don't think she was even there. So she's 2 for 2 on shows so far, and she's still got the control that she had, but now she's got better ball motion and better carry because she's getting out of it. She's being a little bit firmer at the bottom and getting out of it.
Yep.
She's just in so much better position at the line, and she's throwing it ridiculously good. I mean, she's always thrown it good, but that's been my kind of critique of her the last several years. Is like, yeah, she committed too hard to the just throw it good thing, and it's like, well, the blend out there is, yeah, you need to focus on throwing it good, because if you try to chase carry, that's when most of the time things just go haywire for people.
Yeah.
But if you don't pay enough attention to it, you have to knock the pins down. If you're throwing good shots, I mean, you can throw good shots and you can plug away, but if the pins aren't going down, then you're not. It doesn't matter. So you got to find a nice blend of that, and I think she finally found the nice blend of it, and she's going to make show after show after show. It's going to be Kelly Kulick's year. I mean, if she's not Player of the Year, I'll be stunned, because especially if she's thrown it as good as she has these first couple of weeks. Because she's always had that mental toughness to just ignore what's going on and continue to plug away. But now she tightened that up a little bit.
Yeah, she threw it good.
So
whatever I had a chance to watch, yeah, she threw it pretty good. What's up, Nick?
What's up? They were tough yesterday, and that's what a lot of them talked about. It's like they were a whole lot tighter.
Well, it's probably just from all the stripping and reoiling.
Yeah, and Mike Flanagan was talking about pattern memory yesterday and saying it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to just have something. Yeah, as you pick it up and reoil it, theoretically you're stripping and reoiling the same thing. But as it gets more into the machine and you run the same pattern on the same lanes repeatedly, they actually get tougher. And that nothing is more interesting than still the 2018 U.S. Open that I went to at Wichita. And they had 3 squad. They had a different pattern for the 3 qualifying rounds each day. And each squad that day, even though it was, ABC, CBA,
they probably got tighter.
Whatever else. As the day went on, the first squad of the day didn't look anything like the last squad of the day on the same pattern. So as they ran the pattern throughout the day, they had different looks throughout the day. It was just like a golf tournament where if you're playing in the morning versus playing in the afternoon, when maybe there's a little bit of dew out there and the ball's going to be
Greens will be a little slower
versus getting into the afternoon, it gets warmer, the grass kind of dries out, and the greens get
quicker.
faster.
Yep.
And
100%.
so
Exactly.
yeah, it's
exactly right.
very similar to bowling. As the day goes on, you re-oil several times. It's really interesting to keep track of that stuff. But Kelly was so far out in front that she qualified first. Gigi qualified second, and then the opening match was Liz Johnson, or was it? Did Gigi? No, that was the second game. So who else? Who did Liz bowl the first game?
Yeah, because she ran the ladder, right?
I can't even remember. Yeah.
No kidding.
I can look.
Yeah, and that
Unless anybody remembers on here, Shannon Pluhowski.
Shannon Pluhowski, yes, that's because Shannon Pluhowski. So those three.
Shannon was talking about how she couldn't get on the right lane. She couldn't get further left.
Yeah. So yeah, Kelly, Gigi, and Shannon pretty well had it locked up, and that last spot was all over the place. It was Liz, it was Claire Guerrero. There was a few others that were really. Julia Bond was pretty close. So there was a bunch of them just right there, and Liz was the one that, and she only shot like 215 the last
Julia
game.
Bond is bowling really well right
Julia
now.
Bond, I've always been a big fan of Julia Bond, but a lot of the Nebraska players like Pluhowski, Liz Culkin,
they've all bowled well.
Julia Bond, Jasmine Mason went to Nebraska. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure they bowled a lot in that center, even though they have their own center. But I'm pretty sure.
But
because that's where the U.S. Open was for the guys.
But the Nebraska women's program seems to crank out the most.
They do.
I mean, successful. I mean, you have a few from everywhere else.
Wichita State had that run for a while, but now it's definitely Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska's got because Julia Bond won one of the opening. Whatever.
McKendry pumps out some good ones too.
Yeah, and poor Shannon Pluhowski, I was pulling for her because she has not won a PWBA title. Because when she came out of college,
zero.
That's when they folded. But she's
right.
won literally everything else. Team USA, Queens,
Just heard back from them.
U.S. Open, something else.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a picture. Don't open this because they're going to send me a pre-labeled and they're going to swap me out.
Too bad you can't keep the cognac.
No.
I'm not even sure I'd like
cognac.
No,
you wouldn't like it.
I probably wouldn't like cognac.
We need to get you a cigar and just dip
but we might have to try these.
Yeah, they're going to send out a
your sample.
label, and so they're going to send you the right product.
Yeah, as long as I know which bottle, that would be kind of interesting.
Pluhowski definitely
do a little tasting.
I know my wife's a big fan of Shannon.
Yeah.
I could swap at the next, or you can obviously pick, but if you want to try some different stuff like this, we can pick small tasters of things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having a full bottle, you could do a small version.
Yeah, a little taste.
I honestly can't tell you I've ever had cognac either.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Well, I'm going to try it before I open a bottle of that size.
Please.
So, but anyway, Shannon Pluhowski is great, and the only thing that I don't like about her game that I think causes her problems is when she gets into the top, her swing gets long. But her and Carolyn were talking about not bending her elbow, but her swing gets long and it gets away from her at the top of the swing, and so then she doesn't quite get it tucked back under, and
kind of like the problem I was having.
She can lose. Yeah. She can lose a lot of her leverage.
Another guy I noticed that does that.
Flagging her.
Does the same thing on the guy side. It's Paul Fleming does that. Paul Fleming does that. It's kind of like Dave Fleming. Dave Fleming does that a little bit. Where it gets it. Yeah. But as long as you suck it back in and get back through it. And get inside of it, yeah.
Walter Ray did the same thing. He used to really come out back, but he had that super figure eight, and then he'd get back inside of it and be able to project it. But Shannon doesn't quite do that. And I think when her timing gets a little bit off, then she has that tendency to have that lame duck ball that comes off that just.
We actually we bowled Springfield one year, and Amanda and I went up there early to watch, just look at scores, and I was going to go look at the pro shop and stuff like this a couple of years ago. And there was a team of Pluhowski, Jordan Richard, Aaron McCarthy. I'm trying to think of a couple others. Brianna Cote. They were all there bowling on a team together, and it was really Amanda was glued. So it was pretty cool to get there and sit there and watch them. And it is confirmed. Jordan Richard hits the crap out of it.
Yeah, Jordan Richard's a beast.
He hits the crap out of it.
Cassandra Luthold is another one from Nebraska in the in the mid 2000s is I think when she graduated.
Yeah.
She was on.
Elise Bolton, I think, went to Nebraska as well. Not that she's an elite player, but she made the cut this week, I believe.
Yeah, Cassandra Luthill did too, and she keeps it in play. I really like watching her too. And it was funny. I know her mostly because they had a national championship in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And she had the super thick black eyeliner on, and she just death glared the pins. It's so funny if you go back and watch it, but she's pretty good. So that's just kind of what made her. She kind of death glared the pins, and she had this super thick eyeliner on, and so it was. But she threw it really good, so it just.
We are in game 2 now.
But yeah, Shannon Pluhowski has just been the unfortunate. She graduated, the PWBA disappeared, and she's been on Team USA, won literally everything else that you can win besides maybe a PBA title. But it's like, holy crap. And she hasn't won a PWBA title, and she's kind of had the Lindsay Boomershine thing when she gets on TV. Either somebody shoots a million at her, or she just has a unfortunate catastrophe of a game.
Yep. That's a good question. Did she switch to Storm, or is she still PWBA?
She's on Hammer right now. So she was with Rotogrip 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. But she's been Hammer for the last 3, 4, 5 years or something.
That's
like
right.
that,
Yeah. Because McCarthy was with Hammer there for a while too, wasn't she?
Yeah, but now she's Motive.
Yeah. She's doing Motive stuff really well too.
Mm-hmm.
She was awesome.
But yeah.
McCarthy?
Yeah.
She is really fun to watch too in person because she's really, really, really effortless.
Mm-hmm. But really pulling hard for Shannon Pluhowski. She's got to win one sometime. I really, really hope that she made the TV show, but Liz obliterated everybody. I mean, nobody. It's one of those that nobody else really had a chance. She wanted to get her birthday is today actually. So Angel and Liz Johnson have the same birthday.
Shout out to Liz Johnson.
It's just Liz Johnson. Liz Johnson's 47. Yeah, but she wanted to win. I mean, she hasn't won. It's been 3 years. She won in 2018 was the last time.
That's what Kelly Kulick said on her interview afterwards. She's like, I just ran into a train.
Yeah. And yeah, Kelly's.
Sometimes when you can run the ladder like that momentum's on your side.
Yeah, and Kelly's in a really good place mentally because she identified. She's like, Liz didn't really get any breaks against me. She just threw it great. She's like, I could have gotten some better breaks, but I threw it well, and I just ran into a train. And and some people, okay, so you're trying to say that you could have gotten some breaks, or just throw it, get good, just throw it better, whatever. But legitimately. Kelly had some bad breaks. She left a 7-10 on one of those half pocket hits where she threw it good, but if it's a board right, it's a mixer, and if it's a board left, it's one of those things like when you chop. Clara Guerrero chopped a 4-7 yesterday.
4-7?
A 4-7. Like, how does a righty chop a 4-7? It's one of those. Some 7-10s are just one of those things.
Where'd she chop the 7 or the 4?
The 4. She took the 4 off the 7.
The
which is even more unbelievable. She took the 4 off the 7. It's not like she missed it a little bit left and took the 7 off the 4. No.
Was she like standing all the way left to throw it on the?
She must have been. But I mean, how does a righty pick the 4 off the 7? It just doesn't happen.
Just trying to think.
So
I mean, it happened apparently. So.
But it's just one of those things where a board right, it's a mixer. A board left, it's flush.
Now the
she
next
just
time
put
it was
just in that wrong zone.
Yeah.
For Kelly, but Liz shot 300 the second game against Gigi.
On the stepladder, right?
Yeah, on the stepladder. So Gigi had a 300 Friday night, and then Liz shot
$10,300 bonus.
Yeah. So she got $300 from the bowling center, and then she got $10,000 from.
She didn't know any of it when she shot it.
PWBA. Oh yeah, so she got in addition to winning the title, she got a nice little bonus for the 300.
So she ended up with what, 20-something grand? I don't know how much they pay on the PWBA. It's like 10 grand.
It was 20, 30 grand.
Telling her, she was just like, oh.
Or no, yeah, it was 15, 20, something like that. The PWBA titles don't get you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
Well, and CDB was even talking about it. She's like, well, she shot 300 against me for a title. She's like, why don't she just do it again?
Yeah. So Liz, there's been 5 televised PWBA 300s now.
I guess I wouldn't really, I still wouldn't call it televised, but I guess that's their.
Yeah.
What happened to their deal with CBS Sports?
In the finals? I don't even know. I mean, Bowl TV, since it's the PWBA is largely USBC funded, they're trying to kind of create their own platform,
I
I
get
guess,
that,
for it.
It would be better. It'd help
But yeah, it'd
women's
be-
bowling if you can get it on actual
It'd be
television.
it'd be so much better if they could get it back on TV. But they've done the Bolt TV thing. But yeah, this is the 5th 300 in the finals. And Gigi was so cool about it. Later, she's like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Yeah." I mean, it was Gigi's first show. I mean, she'd been on some other.
Is that her first one?
Yeah, it's her first actual finals show. She was on some other women's series thing, or it was like they actually aired the finals of a.
She did the PBA Youth Clash too.
Yeah, she did that, and then there was like a PWBA regional or something that she made the show of, but
That's
it wasn't really a full. I mean, it was a full tour stop. She made her first show, and Liz Johnson shot 300 at her, but she's like, "Oh yeah, it was great experience, and I was rooting for her too, and whatever else." And then Carolyn asked her about something for the. What would you if you had some advice for younger players? And she's like, well, don't let something like this get you down. It's like, it's one of those, you only fail if you stop trying, but if you don't succeed, then you still learn something.
Yeah.
And so you only fail if you quit. And so Gigi just had all kinds of energy and was super cool about it. And
But there's also people got to remember there's nothing you can do about it.
yeah. And
You can't play defense.
She said, yeah, I lost, but I was rooting for her. I really wanted to see her do it. And so that was pretty cool. And then Liz shot 240 or 250 at Kelly in the championship. And so she wanted to win her 25th title before her 47th birthday. And she got it done. And Mike Flanagan even asked her about it because she was the 4th. She snuck in as the 4th seed because, like I said, she was kind of in the mix of 3 or 4 other women going into the finals match. Or going into the the last game of qualifying and only shot 215, but the lanes had gotten so hard that edged everybody else, and so she got onto the show, and then she shot 783, I think, for the 3 games. So she just obliterated everybody in the finals. So it was a very cool show, and definitely watch it when it goes up. Now that I've spoiled everything.
Yeah, but it's still great to watch.
Yeah, it was very, very good to watch. Liz kept the pressure on. Shannon had a couple bad frames, a couple bad shots, and that was ultimately the difference there. Then Liz just ran over Gigi, and Gigi had a good game. Gigi still shot 230, 240 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, when somebody shoots 300 at you, can't do anything
There's
about
nothing
it.
you can do about it. Yeah,
Kelly
just tip your cap.
Hit the pocket all but one shot. I think she rolled a 2-pin her first shot, but the right lane was a little bit tighter for him. And she got a couple taps, one bad shot, and Liz just, she got tapped a couple times, but they were
right. Yeah.
She wasn't, out of it at all. So we're nearing the end of the Ascona Vi match. This was aired yesterday. We're kind of getting close. Oh yeah, we're halfway through this game.
See Vi's meltdown here.
And we'll talk about there's plenty of bowling terminology to talk about in the Tackett Prather match because they had awful ball reactions. So there's a lot of stuff that
brutal.
This is something that you can't even say, oh well that's Motu for you or that's Storm for you or whatever else. The lanes there was a bunch of carry down. Neither one of them could get the ball to wrinkle. And when you think about EJ Tackett not being able to get the ball to finish, and Prather who throws it slow and rolls the crap out of it. That's always been his thing, is his touch, and he couldn't get the ball to shape right through the pins either. So it was a crazy match, and there's plenty of bowling terminology to talk about there. So we'll probably save that for the next set of matches here once the Ascona Vi thing's over.
Yeah, they're just about done here. So.
Yeah, I guess if you have to lose a title, having the goat shoot 300 at you is the worst way. Well, and again, Gigi is just getting out. This is her first full year on the PWBA.
And I don't think she bowled the 3 out in.
No, she didn't bowl the.
Texas or wherever it's
at. She's got several decades ahead of her and she knows she throws it good. She knows she's going to be around for a while. She knows that her and Verity and Diana and.
I think there's only like 30 women.
Liz Culkin.
It wasn't much.
Yeah. But because that was that weird thing with they were in the bubble.
I think they were trying to get a ball to have a better turnout, and nobody wanted to deal with the bubble, I don't think.
Yeah, and they had to be there for 2 or 3 solid weeks on lockdown and whatever else. It was just.
I mean, I'd have done it. It would have been fun.
Yeah.
Could have made fun out of it. How about that? But just sitting in your room doing nothing by yourself. That's because I don't think they could room with anybody, could they?
God, that sounds fantastic. No, they all had to have different rooms. Do you hear what happened to Diana and Verity and
I saw something about it
Daria?
on Instagram yesterday, but I wasn't sure exactly what happened.
Yeah, they talked about the frickin' side note, Justin, I'm actually going to cut the POW later. So that was crazy interesting. And I did stream it. I did stream the pouring for Discord yesterday. I had 3 different cups of plug because that POW was just, I mean, it was ridiculously swirled around. She's got an old Hustle POW, and we're sending it to somebody in our Discord group. And so I'm plugging stuff before I send it out so that they can get a decent plug job. Actually, and it's not the visas that they lost. They actually got the visas back, and they were all at the Lincoln. They were all, so yeah, having the visas lost.
They were at their
sucks.
hotel, right?
But yeah, it was
Something
at the hotel. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna segue into the plug here for a second.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Because the look at that. So I've got pink. I got bright pink next to this black that kind of runs through there. Next to some pink.
And some silver.
Next to some pink mixed with the black. So it's like I'm looking at this and I'm like,
He took
dear.
from start to finish. He took about an hour.
That's gonna be tough.
So I don't know how well you can see this, but I've got pink over here. Then I've got some black running through the pink. Then I have more pink right there, and then I have this kind of blackish pink right here. So I'm trying to plug this, and I'm like, well, I can't just make it a couple solid colors or whatever. I have to actually. I wanted to try this out because I thought, well, I'm pretty good with this stuff.
How did it turn out? I wasn't able
I
to
need
watch
you
it.
for about 10 seconds.
So,
That's not terrible.
and there's actually pink over here underneath the black on the edge. All right.
Go ahead. I can show him. You want me to show him that?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I can show him that. So he
I don't even know.
still not terrible either. So that's how it ended up turning out pour-wise, if you can see that okay. But I think he's going to cut that. Be pretty cool. That is definitely a tough plug spot there, especially with that black running through that pink. Well, let's see here. All right, so we're going into the 9th frame here. As Kona's currently up 10 on. They're even. I'm sorry, even at this point.
All right, so yeah, I'll show this to you again. But this is what we can get this to focus on it. So there's actually on this side, there's actually pink underneath that graphite or whatever we're looking at here.
There you go. I can see
So
it.
there's actually pink. You can see the little pink on the edge here if I stop moving around. So I had to layer it because whatever it can look like whatever on top, but if you don't get it streaked right on the very surface where you actually are going to cut it at, what it looks like on top doesn't really matter. But I was able to match the kind of dirty pink, and then I matched kind of the onyx in there, and then I've got this very little small sliver of pink, which kind of matches this over here. So I'm going to cut this today, and we're going to see what this actually looks like.
Here's our next one, by the way. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and then it's my Axiom Pearl. I'm going to cut that. Hopefully that looks good. What happened there? Anyway, yeah, you can't really see that, but whatever. It's going to look good. Anyhow, what's up with the women is, Diana never lost her visa, but Verity and Daria did. And so they had to, well, actually, Daria went back to Poland right before the COVID thing, and she could never come back. Verity lost her visa in like December or something like that. And so she wasn't able to get it back for the, oh, heck yeah. So she wasn't able to get it back before the, before that little smaller PWBA thing. Well, what happened here recently is they all got their stuff back. Verity bowled last week, and then Daria got hers in time to come bowl Lincoln this week. And so Daria, Verity, and Diana all got kind of reunited at the Lincoln Open this week. What happened is, so they showed up, they bowled the...
Oh, we almost covered that.
I
didn't realize it was that close.
It's another one in the 9th frame where he just tugged the living crap out of it, and basically cost him the, it cost him the match. So Vi just one bad shot in the first game, one bad shot in the second game. Vi is done. But Ascona kept pressure on him the entire time.
Yeah, he did for sure. It looked like you want the first match off the get go.
Hey, Brent. Brent bowled the.
Yeah, how'd that go yesterday?
Yeah, Brent bowled the regional.
The super
yesterday.
regional down in Shawnee, Oklahoma
So,
for his very first
yeah.
one. So kudos to him. John DeWeiss bowled that as well, by the way.
Yeah, John DeWias bowled.
I didn't realize that
Ashton,
until I saw that.
Stephen Kings. Yeah, there's a lot of
Yep.
area bowlers out there. But anyway, so what happened is they got to the hotel, they checked in, they bowled the practice squad one day, whatever, Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it was. Then they went and bowled qualifying, both blocks, and then they got back to their rooms and their keys wouldn't work. So they went to the front desk and they said, "Hey, our keys aren't working. What's going on?" It's like, "Well, you only had the room for one night." And Mike Flanagan was talking about this, and it's like, well, you're trying to tell people that travel for a living. I mean, that'd be like somebody telling me, "Well, you only booked it for one night." It's like, no, you screwed something up, because I spend more time in a hotel room than people that actually work at the hotel, or just as much time. And so I'm like, I know the ins and the outs, I know the spiel, I know everything there is to know about staying in a hotel constantly, because I do it 10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
So they told him, "Oh, well, you only booked the hotel for one night." It's like, well, no, they've done this constantly all the time. So somebody screwed up in the booking, or somebody got something in the system wrong. Well, what happened is that whenever that happens and people just don't check out or whatever, they bag all your stuff up and they put it in a bin and they hold it for you if you come back. So they kick you out. They don't just leave everything in the room.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, they packed up all their stuff. And all three of them, I think, were staying in the same room.
Oh,
so they
no.
packed up all their stuff and took it out.
I shouldn't laugh. That's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. So they packed up all their stuff, completely emptied their hotel room out, and cleaned it up. And so they're trying to have to figure this out after bowling 12 games, 2 different blocks, I think it was Friday, and then getting back to the hotel at 8 or 9 o'clock and just wanting to go to bed.
I saw them all in trash bags.
Yeah, they had to figure all that. What happened here? Yeah, I'm too wide is what happened here again.
No, you have the camera way too far away from
you. Yeah, I know. I got up to... Anyhow, God, that's even worse. I'm awake. I swear to God, I'm awake. I'm just 40.
Coleman just told us how we...
Not yet.
Not yet.
Somebody else is.
Uh-oh.
But anyway, so yeah, they had to figure all this nonsense out, and they ended up getting checked back in that same hotel. Flanagan's like, I would have found a different hotel personally.
Oh, I would have left.
But they probably comped them something, or comped them a room, or comped them at least one night or something like that. But they finally got everything taken care of and got back into their room. But yeah, you just can't tell people that travel for a living that, oh, you screwed something up, because that just doesn't really happen, especially if you're traveling out of town. That's one of those things that you double check and triple check, and okay, I got this, I'm staying here, I'm checking out this night, and whatever else. And I think that they had their confirmation stuff to show them. It's like, yeah, we booked 3 nights here.
Right.
Lobby bar, right in the lobby.
Yeah, exactly. Brent said it was humbling and definitely need to work on things, but it gave me a better idea on what to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's...
And that's the thing that I always used to think, well, I can't go out and bowl that stuff until I'm ready for it. But if you don't ever go out and put yourself in that situation,
never gonna know.
You don't know, number one, how much better the pros are than the rest of us, because AJ Chapman averaged 230.
Yeah, he went nuts, by the way.
But number one, that gives you perspective, and number two, it lets you know what you need to work on. Because if you never put yourself in a certain situation, you're just not going to know what you need to work on, what you need to improve on.
Well, and when Amanda and I were sitting here watching the women's qualifying, we saw the women from KC that just went out to do it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so it's like, whether you want to go out for the experience or just to participate, and, they're happy for the... That dog here swirling around. It's Missile's fault. Missile, this is all your fault. Because Aspen doesn't shed at all. And Una just got groomed a couple of weeks ago, so she's not going to shed for months. It's frickin' Missile's fault that we have all this,
Tornado?
You bear, dog? You bear?
You're never ready until you know what to do.
Another example, James Bowling in KC. Yeah.
Be ready until
He came in so like, I'm gonna wreck it, I'm gonna whatever, and then humble.
Wreck-It James. Wreck-It James. But
humbled.
KC and all the houses in KC are so wildly different too. It's not even like you can just show up and get, okay, well, most houses in KC are this way or that way. No. Summit is different from Ward Parkway is different from Ward Parkway.
Summit's different than anything in a long
Summit's
distance.
crazy. Ward Parkway is different. Lunar is wild. Aaron's is probably the best. I would say the best scoring, or not really on the left side, but I think I figured out the left side. You just
scoring, yeah, I could
move right and dump on it.
Summit scoring wise would probably be your best scoring. Yeah,
Interesting.
scoring wise, Summit's probably the highest scoring center in Kansas City, I'm sure.
Keep hearing Sterling's pretty high scoring too, but I haven't actually bowled at Sterling
It's been a long time since I bowled at Sterling.
or Gladstone. I think Sterling and Gladstone are like the two that I haven't bowled at.
You didn't bowl the Tour KC there last year?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, because Brian Gibbs bowls there at Gladstone, and he says that they're notorious for tearing equipment up, and so we're like, we'll skip that one.
I wouldn't. I didn't have anything for it. I was top 5 there, so it was a good week.
Well,
it was on singles.
This was
It was
2
on
or 3
songs.
years ago, so maybe they've actually gone through and whatever
Oh.
screws were loose,
Yeah.
whatever.
Olathe the East is, you never know what you're going to get there either.
What's funny about
Watch-
Summit's house shot, it just hooks so much just because of the surface, but
Yeah.
scores just fly out of that
Yeah.
place. I mean, granted, you're a lot of your people that can throw it hard and turn the crap out of it. Score
Mhm.
there.
Yep.
Let Waswell tell you about how many honor scores he has on each pair, left-handed and right-handed in that place.
I don't pay attention to pairs.
He was telling me about it. I think he said he has a honor score on each pair in the house, left-handed and right-handed.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that place is ridiculous.
I can tell you which centers I have stuff in. I've had some
Do you guys
few
have
different things, a few different places.
Do you guys have a
So-
place that has a crazy short house shot? One house I bowl at has a 36-foot house shot. Holy crap!
Gage feels like a 36-foot house shot.
Gage does feel like a 36-foot house shot. Honestly, I thought what they laid out the other day was kind of a test run Friday night for us. I liked it. I think that'd be a great.
Yeah. So, okay, Colin's having a peanut butter and honey ale. Yeah, sometimes
Ooh.
some of that weird stuff. My brother did a peanut butter and jelly ale that he didn't quite get it balanced right, but this was 3-4 years ago when they just started out.
His cinnamon toast crunch though is
The cinnamon toast crunch ridiculous. I
Ooh.
still like the chai tea beer.
that nobody else seems to like.
Is that the one your brother's place has?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
The Norwegian.
All their beer is great, but don't ask me to drink
Yeah,
that.
the Norwegian daiquiri ale is pretty good. They've done some really interesting things here lately that are really good. So,
I got one of those samplers of that, and I took a drink, and I'm like, oh, well, nope.
and yeah, Justin said, yeah, a chai tea beer.
Yeah.
Just think of that. It's like chai tea and mixing that with a regular ale or something like that. It's wild. But if you like chai tea, I mean, I like chai tea anyway. So, anyhow, let me see.
That was true. Oh, that was Haley right there, by the way.
Oh, okay.
She said she was going to her grandparents today,
Uh,
this morning, first thing.
It's 11.
Yeah, Justin said he was talking about the Liz, or not the Liz, Daria, Diana, and Verity thing with the hotel. That sucks. I had to go through all my things one by one to see if anything was missing with my luggage. Whenever I'm traveling out on the road, I always hang the do not disturb thing on the door because
Yeah,
I
me
don't need
too.
them coming into the room. I don't need them to, number one, be around my stuff or make my bed just so I have to unpack the stupid thing, because anybody that stays in a hotel room, I don't know how they pack those sheets so tight, but it gets ridiculous.
Yeah, they pack them really tight.
So I don't need.
That's the only thing that's consistent in every single hotel everywhere you go.
Yeah,
Is how tight
it's like
those
military
sheets are.
beds or something.
Like it was a straight cliff shot put down, and if you didn't blend it. See, I thought what they put down, I thought it was clipped early, but it kind of blended out pretty good, I thought. But they hooked,
But anyway,
because that was a test run that they were thinking about putting down for the house shot.
yeah,
Okay.
Friday. Yeah, they're thinking about using that for the house shot.
I didn't think it was bad. I
No,
didn't
that
think it
was
was
a
bad at all.
brand new creative thing, and the way the carry down went
I thought
It's
Scotch pin beer?
still kept it in play.
they didn't blow up.
Scotch beer?
Instead of the heads and everything just going goodbye, it just
No,
carry down, and it was great.
when they did the graph of it, I was like, okay.
It looked like a flood in the middle, but they still hook in the middle.
It was fantastic.
Granted, it's gauge.
the way they-
YouTube going boom. Heck yeah.
I'll send you the image of it. I've got it saved, Luke.
Yeah. But so
I don't know of a place of a crazy short house shot. Oh, we need to talk about some bowling lingo. Sorry, or some terms.
yeah.
Sorry.
But the traveling thing, there was one that I stayed at where it was earlier this year in Fort Todd, which is just north of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But I didn't have one of those do not disturb cards in my room because I don't make a mess. Especially because I want to just when we leave, I just want to pack them and get out of there. So I don't take things out. I don't put anything in drawers. I don't spread anything around. So I don't need anybody to come in and clean my room or empty the trash or make my bed or whatever else. I just don't need any of that stuff. Plus, I just don't want them in there.
Right.
But there was one place that we stayed at where I didn't have one of the do not disturb cards in my room. And so I thought, okay, well, we're going to go to supper. I'll just grab one at the desk when we get back from supper. Totally spaced it. And the COVID protocols were saying, okay, we're only going to clean your room once every 3 days and whatever else. And so I got up the next morning. I'm like, I forgot that card, but they're not going to be in here anyway because they, the COVID protocols.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so I come back to my room and they had literally touched everything in my room because the sidebar on the COVID protocols, when they do clean, they wipe down all the surfaces, they do whatever else. And so they had to pick up literally everything in there, wipe underneath it, make the bed, wipe down the sinks and everything in my room. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, we're doing this for safety. But somebody, the cleaning person, that had been in every other room on the floor, going from room to room, touching all of my stuff, to clean a room that only I've been in since it was cleaned last. How does this make sense?
Unless they're wearing a biohazard suit.
It's like, how does this make sense for them to come into my room after being in several of the rooms on the floor, touch literally everything I own?
They all wear gloves, but the thing is they don't change.
Gloves. Yeah, that's
kind of like people going to a restaurant when they don't change their gloves and they just touch food. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They contaminate their hands and then they go touch something else, like touch raw chicken.
It's actually better to not wear the gloves because then they wash their hands.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. Anyway, so now that the Vias Kona match is over, as Kona won boff games, there wasn't a roll off or anything there.
Yeah.
So
we're getting to the fun one now.
It came down to just one bad shot the first game and one bad shot the second game out of Vi. And as Kona kept pressure on him, and that's how you win a lot of times, is you just keep pressure on somebody. You'll never give them a frame off. Vi made a couple mistakes, and it was the game. So
this one was rough. As much as I like Chris Prather, I can't work against EJ. So this one was tough.
This one was rough. And I actually I had gone 4 for 4. We all did brackets in the Discord too, by the way. We did brackets.
I know. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to get one in. Every time I meant to go do it, I just never did it.
In the private Discord. Or in the
Patreon side.
The Patreon members only side. There's a bunch of stuff in there that y'all don't know about.
Are we doing it for a giveaway or something?
The Patreon side, it's for a Bullify jersey.
Yep, a Bullify jersey. That's what it was. So something to play for, right?
A pig.
I did get my high five stuff in yesterday finally.
Oh yeah.
So that's always cool. By the way, the orange staff jersey from.
On with the audio, James says.
Can you guys hear us okay?
He said it's a random mic crackle. It's on the stream audio because it's happening on both my computer and phone.
Oh.
Can I go with your mic? Upstairs?
I don't have another port to plug it into.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm out of ports. That's good. Yeah, it's USB, but that's got the mouse in it.
Your white thing.
Well, people are saying they're hearing us just fine.
Okay.
Let us know in the chat if you're having
we might
issues.
do it next time. This has been an all-in-one type of thing.
Yeah. Prather did not pay attention to EJ because EJ would miss.
Yeah, he said you can hear okay. It's not interfering with actually hearing.
Yeah, it's just a random crackle every once in a while.
You guys hearing some crackle in there or what? Because EJ throwing a go.
Maybe it's his speakers. I don't know.
No, he says it's phone and his.
Right. Anyway.
No, you've got USB on the white box there.
Yeah, I know, but
There it is.
it's probably going to mess something up if I change it now. So.
Ooh.
Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, we're gonna watch the EJ Prather match here, and we've actually got some tasters here after we get through this. So this is the Martin City Double IPA. So we
So what
have
are
the
your
Voodoo
thoughts?
Maybe we
Ranger
should do
American
the
Haze.
tasters for the drilling.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. What are your thoughts on this one? This is the
this tastes a lot like the one that I brought back from LB Brewing Company last week.
Yeah, I agree. It does. It's not terrible. It's not
Well,
bad at
that's
all.
the thing is it's got the double and triple IPAs seem to have they lose the bitterness or they lose the super hoppy finish, so you get more flavor, and they end up smoother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I do like the double IPAs.
Yeah,
So
we hear it crackle.
we hear a crackle here and there. Okay. So it's I'm probably kicking or touching something, or this webcam just sucks. Sure, you're still out on that. Christopher
Is the
Prather.
webcam what's actually picking up the audio?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
right here on
it's
the side.
all in one. So yeah, it's got a microphone and a.
Oh.
So yeah, it's an all in one. I can bring the microphone out next time. It's just less stuff
It's the first time we've had problems with
in
the
the
mic. I
way.
think.
So what are you doing, Piggy? You doing a heckin' relaxation? Yep. You're in full on pig mode.
Jealous.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
on your futon. You've got your own futon.
Works.
Has James put the link for Discord in there?
He's done it a couple times.
Okay, cool.
There's a Discord link right there as well.
Okay. I'm going to post a picture.
Gotta take a
Piggy in
picture.
the- No, not you. Stop it.
Oh.
He says it's
I'm gonna
triggered.
take a picture to show.
He says it's triggered when you
Pig.
talk. So my guess is
I'm
it's a
going to
mic
put a
issue.
picture of
or
just
not.
in
Let me touch it.
just in
Okay.
Yeah.
Discord.
We have in the private or in the members only Discord, we have all kinds of stuff that nobody knows about that I don't really advertise because I don't want to use it
I'm going to put this in the balls for
as
Doggo
a
on the
means.
non-paid one.
Okay. I don't really want it.
BB.
Aspen Piggy. Aspen. Hey, baby. Did
Fine.
you lay down? No, you're a chicken.
I know. I see.
She was relaxed, but as soon as we got to take a picture. But anyway, we got so many different things that go on in the Patreon or the members side only of the Discord that again I don't advertise because I don't want to use the perks as a way to get people in there. I just want people in there because they want to be in there. Oh, Christopher, he missed. I didn't know what he missed in the first frame because I didn't see it. So he left an in pin and he missed it. The very first shot of the game. Later on in the second game, he misses another 9-pin, but he misses the opposite direction.
Oh, he's throwing a
Yeah,
high road.
he started with a high road X.
Yeah.
Then he started throwing a Zen, and then he started throwing a phase 2, and just I don't think. But he told Kimberly, he was like, yeah, I didn't bowl really great the last couple events of the season, and so he's like, I just took 2 weeks off. But then, like the back end, the shot or
There's
the
definitely a ton of shim right
yeah,
there.
the patterns are
So she
terrible.
lays back down again.
So,
That's the big thing you see here is the middles compared to the last game. Or there's so much shim there now.
mhm.
Jackal Ghost.
Man, EJ looks like a NASCAR driver. Guaranteed rate, flow bowling, PBA, turbo Dexter, high five gear, Genesis, turbo, bowler X, and creating the difference.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
turned-
Piggy.
He's got so many. Dexter, yeah.
Yeah. Aspen Piggy.
Now I gotta go
You
to
pig
the
dog?
store.
Mistle, you want to be on TV?
Turbo.
Mistle.
And we're currently doing a Balls for Doggos fundraiser in there.
Yeah.
On
So
the non-paid side.
yeah, we actually put this in the general. It's been in the regular Patreon side for a bit, but
That's
we're
the
doing
big one, right?
we do a
Balls for Doggos, yes.
we do a stream once a year where we do a fundraiser for Positive Tales Kansas City in Kansas City dog rescue. But we started doing something just in the Discord where we're having ball ruffles, I think. So we're doing drawings.
hungry
So
when you say that.
you
Sorry.
put entries in,
Ruffles.
and so we're doing that every
Exactly.
once in a while. So we'll entries are $10 or $15 a
It's
piece.
$15 for these.
Yeah, it's $15
Per ticket?
and yeah, $15 per
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah.
There is a live Google sheet that you can see the available numbers. You actually pick your numbers.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
$15 per number. You send the payment through PayPal, Friends and Family, or Venmo. The links are in there. And then once all the numbers are selected, I'm going to draw 3 numbers. First one's for a ball of choice, and we have also donated 2 of our personal stash bowling balls into there.
Okay.
And then the next 2 numbers will be a chamois and a Panda Pack patch.
And
No, what
I'm bringing you one. I'm
What
sending
do
one.
we put
That's
it?
for the big one.
Okay,
We put
okay.
so this current drawing, we put an idol in there, and
Do you need one for both?
yeah. So in this current drawing in our Discord,
Look at this.
yes,
He only gets one. out of
yeah. Well, EJ does something really similar later. So, but anyway, so the Balls for Doggos fundraiser, whatever else you want to call it, on our Discord, and it's just in the free Discord, the free side. But to this current drawing that's going on right now, we added an original idol and an original emerald.
Boom.
So if you want to get in on that, because both of those are going for like $220 shipped right now.
I
So
think so.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
so anyway, all right. Well,
Or you can get any of the current line. So if you want in on the Zen Hype or the Reality Hype, you can get
yeah.
one of
So it's
those.
we just added an emerald or an idol to it. But anything else in current production that you want right now?
In any weight. So if you're a 14-pounder, a
Mhm.
16-pound thrower, or you want to get a friend, a buddy, something,
There we
you
go.
already have too much, whatever, you can
Oh, there we-
re-gift it. You can, this is once all the numbers are done, we're going to send $1,000 to Positive Tails.
Yep.
Sweet.
So
Also, on the side note, you can head over to luke.bowlinglab.com
mhm.
and pick up your Heckin' Urethane t-shirts. They're pretty
Right.
slick.
I still need to talk to him about designing the hashtag back end shirts.
Oh my.
And the
Right.
Panda Pack patches, by the way.
Because
at
I think we're gonna have
luke.bowlinglab.com.
just hashtag back in here, but I'm thinking about like doing it lower on the shirt
Yeah.
for the women's option. Hashtag back in just on the back, but you can't have nothing on the front, so I don't know what we're gonna do there. But
We could put something on the front.
You saw the
yeah,
front
I
and
know.
back.
We just gotta figure it out.
See, he's got ball reaction game 1.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
What if you just
But-
put the little logo on the front chest? Like on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
on one of it, like just put the Panda Pack
Yeah,
as a logo on the front.
My ball still didn't want to pick up.
yeah.
He's doing, that was Jackal Ghost. Looks like a pinned down ghost is what he's doing. And Prather's into the Zen at this point, right?
Yeah. So we can start talking about some bowling terminology because there are a million terms that we can use here.
Yeah.
So number one, a lot of the pros use
Wow.
pin down layouts or weaker layouts so that they can control more of the ball reaction themselves, and so they use weaker layouts so that the ball is not so dynamic by itself, so that they can manipulate a lot more about the ball reaction. But they use different balls because they either want stronger cores, weaker cores, stronger covers, weaker covers. But in Prather, now he's from the Zen, it's a Ricoed Zen. So the pin is in his palm.
See, I didn't realize it was Rico.
Yeah.
I did not pay attention.
And so
to
it
that.
looks like but he is, that shot was great, but it's a very strong core. It's a very strong cover, even though it's shiny. But he kind of kills the core a little bit so that he can control everything about the ball roll.
Yep.
So he's got the pin in his palm, which is a very, very weak layout.
On a pretty decently strong ball, too.
Yeah, it's a very strong ball, but Chris really likes to slow roll the ball. So doing this allows him to still hit it at the bottom.
He quietly hits the living crap out of it.
Yeah. Both of these guys. Well, EJ looks like he puts a lot more into it, but he's 130 pounds. And he
Soaking
used
wet.
to throw. Yeah, and that, I mean, yeah,
He
it's
didn't
got a
wipe off his
parallax
marks.
effect there. Yeah. But no, they actually scribe everything on tour.
The trucks just do that right off.
Well, they actually have the ball reps scribe the balls themselves, the layouts on there, so that in ball shuffling or whatever, the wax pencil won't get strong versus weak, and what you mean by that. Good to clarify. Yes, we're talking about bowling terminology, so that's
Yes.
great. I actually had a pretty long conversation with one of our staffers yesterday who went from 15s to 14s, and he's having a real hard time figuring out how to get 14s to work for him. Tyler Gromovitz throws 14s too, but for storm stuff, probably for everything, the numbers are different between 14s and 15s. So 14s, the RGs go up quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's like the phase 2. is a 248 RG, which is very low, which
Right.
again, it makes the ball more center heavy, which makes it want to roll more strongly, roll more early. And a lot of bowling terminology is just regular terms used to describe bowling balls. So when
Yes.
people ask me, it's like, well, what do you mean by this? It's like, well, it's just, I'm just using a regular word to describe what, it's not a bowling specific term, or it doesn't mean something else in bowling language. It's just what I'm using to describe what the ball is actually doing.
Yes.
So if I told you that something was chugging, it's not a specific, it's not a bowling specific term. I'm using a regular word to describe what, if you think of something that's chugging, you think of something that's kind of
Slow.
slow and kind of
like a train.
Yeah, slow and kind of plugging along. Well, that's what I mean when I say that a ball reaction is chuggy.
Yes.
It means it's kind of really slow and kind of, chugging along. So, but
I think of chugging for balls. I think of kind of like when the car tries to peel out in dirt, like it just has to spin its tires so many times before it finally moves. So you see the ball go down the lane so far, and all of a sudden it like seems to have to turn like 5 or 6 times before it finally decides to make its direction change.
Sherwell says, local pro shop drilled my brother's Jackal Ghost Rico after my brother told him to drill it strong. Interesting. I would have been pretty mad.
All right, so this is going to be very, very interesting. This is the next one. Then we're going to finish off with the other one.
What is this here?
Moonlight Raz. What she said: raspberry session mead.
Oh, you're making me go sweet.
Yeah, semi-sweet and sparkling.
That's what she said. It's because it said what she said, isn't it?
Raz what she said. So then we have something else to finish off
I don't know
later.
what this is, but I like this can. So.
What she said.
Interesting. So anyway.
Yeah, I said that's what she said. It's Raz what she said.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saving the other one for last, so that we can
watch the taste out of your mouth.
watch the taste out of your mouth.
Ooh, that might be too much.
So anyway, so the phase 2 is 2.48 RG, which is very low, very center heavy, and so I always use it to. Yeah, that's fine.
That's pretty close.
Yeah,
I can put some in there.
I'm not really
sure.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to go that much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're just trying to get rid of it, aren't you?
Then switch me cup.
Yeah. Take a drink here and see what you think about it.
All right, I'll go first. I'll go first. This is what she said.
Yeah. Mead is very different too.
It's not bad. It tastes like a champagne.
Yeah.
Exactly what it tastes like.
Mead is very honey-like.
Good choice. That's pretty good.
So yeah.
Sweet.
It tastes like champagne.
Well, when it said raspberry, I was like, well, Luke likes raspberry. And mead sounds sweet. And then it's got the honey. So I was like, I think it'll be okay.
It tastes just like a Moscato.
Okay.
Let me put my pinky out for this one.
Yes. It tastes like a sparkling Moscato.
That's exactly what it
That's
tastes
what
like.
it tastes like.
Okay.
We don't trust him with anything now. I want to let him replace grips in the ball. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
So anyway,
good choice.
The 15 phase 2 is a 248 RG and like an 050 something differential. So again, I use the easiest way to understand RG is figure skater. When the figure skaters are spinning and they're holding their arms out, they have a higher RG because some of the weight of their body is out away from their body. But when they suck their arms in, they start spinning a lot faster.
Storm actually has that on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They're spinning Klonkin, I think, or spinning, like Chad is spinning Klonkin or Klonkin is spinning Chad.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they actually did a video that visualizes the RG and all that.
Yeah, I did see that video. Yes.
That was actually pretty awesome. And they did it in the warehouse. You can see all the
I
cases.
think Chad was spinning pumpkin is what he was doing.
But yeah, when they suck their arms in, they're creating a lower RG, which is making them more center heavy, which makes them naturally want to spin faster.
Yes.
So 248 RG for the phase 2 and 15 pounds. It's 253 RG and 14. So Tyler has the problem where everything wants to be too springy.
Amanda would like these, so I'm taking pictures.
Yeah.
Sorry, disregard.
Too quick. Where do you get that Barrel House or no, Burns? She got it at Burns.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in there getting the special that was on sale that you got,
Okay.
and then I just picked up 2 cans that were there.
Yeah, that weird.
That literally tastes like champagne. Sorry, disregard.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just amazed at how this tastes like champagne.
so
The baby for the spare of the game.
yeah.
with a desert tank for a spare ball.
Yeah. But so he's been having trouble getting the ball reaction to kind of slow down in 14 pounds. And that's what Tyler has a lot of problems with.
I did not know that he threw 14 pounds.
Yeah.
Has he always thrown 14 pounds?
No, just a year or two ago, something like that. So
what was the reason he switched to 14?
I know, just more. He was having some tendonitis issues, and so he went down to 14 to alleviate the tendonitis. Just just temporary.
Okay.
And he found out he liked him. He felt more comfortable with him. He wasn't losing hit or carry or anything. He shot a couple 800s and 300s and whatever else.
Because he felt like he could hit it more?
Something he just, yeah. And that's what Storm actually did something where Chad compared 14, 15, and 16. And 14 actually transfers the most kinetic energy into the pins because you can throw it faster and you can rev it more.
So you're trying to tell me I need to go to 14?
Yeah, everybody needs to go to 14. But I actually almost went to 14 right-handed last year, and I actually sent in something and said, "Can you please change all my seed balls and whatever you send me for videos to 14s?" And I started looking at numbers, and it was like, well, these aren't even close. I mean, not even remotely close. Like the nuclear cell was one of the ones that was about to come out.
The numbers changed tremendously.
And it was like it went from 2.49 or 2.5 to like 255 or something on RG, and I'm like, I can't even do this. And the Axiom was fairly similar, where it was the Axiom and nuclear cell, I think, were getting ready to come out. And I'm like, well, the numbers in 14 and 15 are so different.
Yeah, they are.
So
I'm just afraid I'd lose pin carry if I went to 14. Like, because I had thought about it. Tell me to get around it.
Well, I was going to say, it probably depends on how you throw it. Because, I mean, if you're someone who kind of gets on it or whatever, it would so drastically change everything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. Yeah, but he was already up by 70. So,
yeah.
Brianna Cote and Deandra Aspady switched to 14. Yeah, Brianna Cote won a title she actually beat Jillian Martin.
Yeah.
In the little small PWBA series.
It's like 25 bowlers in.
Yeah. But
it's terrible. I've just been afraid to switch. I've thought about it. I'm just afraid I'll lose pin carry. That's all.
So generally, what people mean by to wrap all the way back around to this, when people say strong bowling balls, what they mean is that the RG is generally lower. I think 2.46 is the lowest they can actually go, but a low RG is anywhere from 2.6 to about 2.5. So stronger bowling balls are generally lower RG and higher differential, and the differential up around 0.50. And basically that's just the difference between, it is a measurement between the core's height and the core's width. And the bigger that difference is, the more unstable the core is, the more it wants to wobble. And so that's what creates the different flare lines. So if you throw like an IQ Tour, it's still very low RG, but it's also low differential. So the flare lines are going to be really close together. The higher the differential you get, the more the flare lines separate. And there's 2 points on a bowling ball, on the top and on the bottom, where as the bowling ball rolls, the flare lines kind of crisscross. And they call that the bow tie because it looks like a bow tie. Well, the smaller the distance is between the flare lines, the longer the bow tie is. And so the more oil that is still on the ball every time it rotates. The higher the flare, the further the rings are, the oil rings, when you get the ball back, the further the rings are apart. But the further the rings are apart, the smaller the bow ties are. So instead of having a bow tie that's maybe that long on a lower RG or a lower flaring ball or a lower differential, the higher differentials, the bow ties get smaller and smaller and smaller until they get to the point where the areas where they crisscross, very, very small. So the more differential a ball has, the more it flares, and the more fresh cover will be exposed to the lane on every single rotation of the bowling ball, because not much of the bowling ball touches the lane to begin with.
Right.
The more fresh surface area you can have touching the lane on every single rotation, the more oil it picks up and the more the ball is actually going to hook.
Fun fact.
Tobias went down to 14s too. No issue with pin carry and can't tell any difference for 15 pounds. It just feels better on your hand. But yeah, Tobias looks great throwing 14s. It's just the ball reaction is a little bit different because the balls are a little bit higher RG, so they don't roll or rev up so early, and they're more springy down lane. So
I don't know if I can bring myself to it. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I don't know if it would necessarily work for you or not. I don't think it would probably work for me. I do like back end.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I know you do.
Hashtag back end.
I just caught that. Sorry.
I need to drill that intense just because.
Yeah.
I have one. Well,
we might have. We can do that today.
No, we're already doing the teal. I still want that phase. I have 20 bowling balls down there, and I can't throw them all, and I don't bowl enough.
Sorry. Had a intense. I still have.
I know. If I'd had time to drill my pink badger last Thursday to match my earrings.
Yes, I'm supposed to be wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
I tried again this morning. I don't know
to match my earrings, my pink paw print earrings.
This one's good. I can get it in. This one is irritated. Like, it's bad. It hurts.
I have pink
touching it.
paw print earrings.
What's weird is we can push the earring through the other side.
Yeah,
to go this way, but I can't get it to go this way. Any suggestions in there for anybody with earrings? Amanda will not force it. I'm like, just push it.
Yeah.
That's what I tried to tell her.
Oh.
Just punch it in there. Just ram it in there.
I do it to mine. I put earrings in last night and I had to do it. I had to shove both of them in on the left one.
See, this one's good. It went right in. This one.
Just ram it in.
Yeah. Oops.
Well, I've got 2 holes on this side and 1 on this side because the one on the right actually got infected and I didn't go have it re-pierced, so I've got 2 holes on this side.
I have a feeling that's what's happening with this one. I'll go re-pierce it if I have to.
Yeah.
LOL, push harder.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. This thing I ever did was, she wouldn't do it though, because like, I'm going to push it through. I need to do it, but she's like, oh, you're missing.
That should cue the can of, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Push it harder.
Raz what she said. This is really good. But it doesn't taste like a beer really. But again, mead, that's one of the first things that my brother and his buddy made when they started home brewing stuff. They made a big batch of mead, and it was honey mead. But we have some local up here in Ozaki. There's beekeepers, and so they get their honey.
Is that where they get it from?
Yeah, that's where they get their honey from, Ozaki.
That's pretty sweet.
And they made like a 10-gallon batch of this stuff that had 120 pounds of honey in it.
Wow.
120 pounds of honey in it.
Yeah.
And when they let it sit for like 2 years or whatever they had to do.
Yeah.
And I actually got to try it when it came out, and they measured it at like 17% or something, and you could not tell there was any alcohol in it at all whatsoever.
That's not good.
It tasted like
those are the ones that come back and hurt you.
It tasted like thinner honey, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, those are the ones that come back and hurt you.
We had a couple little cups that day, and it's like, man, I felt like I was drinking. And because you pour 4 ounces of something, well, that's like 4 shots in a little glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, no.
All I know is the hamburger that you sent me.
No.
The smash burger.
Yeah.
I've got to have that.
Yeah, the Norseman brew. I gotta find that on the
hashtag.
Maybe that should be this Friday's going to be Mexican because he's bringing back Dodge City salsa.
Yep.
So maybe next week we do burgers.
Oh,
for our Friday.
Oh yeah.
That we go to Norseman instead.
My brother.
I'm not going to complain.
Right?
Norseman smash burger, a double smash burger topped with crispy onions, whiskey bacon jam, horseradish pickles.
Yeah, I can take those off.
Havarti cheese served on a pretzel bun with fingerling potatoes and a spicy aioli sauce. This is the new burger at my brother's brewing company. We can get the camera to focus on it.
There you go.
That's the new burger at my brother's brewing company.
OMG.
I mean,
my waistline.
Come on, y'all. Yeah.
Sorry.
James is gonna want to go and try that burger.
Yeah. So
it's amazing how much that tastes like a dang champagne.
Yeah. All right. So we got to get the camera to focus.
By the way, we
again.
really timed things pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Now we're gonna try the other one that you brought.
I have no idea what that's gonna taste like. That looks insanely good. Yeah. Luke tagged me in that on Facebook the other day, and I was instantly hungry. Brandon Coleman, dear Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come out. You can have lunch or dinner, or not lunch, but dinner.
So
with
yeah,
us.
yeah, Brent, if you want to come down sometime on a weekend, where's this at? Norseman Brewing Company in Topeka.
Topeka, Kansas.
So yeah, if you want to come down sometime and just hang out.
North Kansas Avenue. In
Yeah,
Topeka, Kansas.
800 North Kansas Avenue, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's
or
his
8 something. North
Brent, it's
Kansas
his
Avenue.
brother's
It's like
brewery. His brother owns the brewery.
820 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, it's Norseman Brewing Company in Topeka, Kansas. My brother and sister-in-law are a couple of the owners. My brother is the head brewmaster.
we're there at least once a month.
Amazing.
So yeah, Brent, if you want to, we'll have to work that out. If you want to come down some weekend, actually now that bowling season's over, the weekends are going to get a whole lot quieter. So yeah, I'll send you something and come down and hang out. And I can, we can show you the whole setup. We can show you the garage
where the magic happens.
Yeah. So yeah, Brent, you're complete. Yeah, we'll figure that out. So I'll send you something.
We're technically sitting in the living room right now. Though.
On Facebook. Yeah, technically sitting in the
Do we
living
need
room.
to change it up and actually go down to the?
I think we're gonna start a different stream for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's gonna switch. It's a whole lot easier to do it on her phone instead of the web camera. So we're gonna actually switch.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the stand out. We're gonna take a break real quick, regroup, and then we'll.
No, I'm talking about one of these rise and grinds so that people that I don't know
that
are new to it can actually see the setup.
We're redoing the set downstairs.
Okay.
That we're gonna take the TV down. He's got another banner like he does in the garage. We're
Yeah,
gonna
the
paint
storm thing.
Okay.
We're gonna paint the wall, and we're actually gonna cut out a section of wall and recess the thing in there.
I got you.
And make it all smooth and everything.
No, we didn't discuss a hole in the wall.
That's what I told you that Bruce and I were talking about.
What does not approve?
Well, I don't know how that thing's gonna hang on the drywall, but
Is there any studs in it?
Hmm?
Is there any studs in the drywall?
There's studs. There's studs, but I don't know if where the holes need to go for the big banner.
But anyways, one of these times we'll go down to the actual
light
set
outside.
and do a rise and grind just for fun.
Oh, Christopher Prather. This is where the wheels fell off because he threw that grate and he left a flat 10. So there's some more terminology.
Yeah.
We're watching on FS2. That's a ring 10. That's a ring 10 because there's a huge difference between a flat 10 and a ring 10.
Pure ring 10 right there.
So the ring 10 is when the ball goes just a little bit long, and then you have the 6-pin really shoot around the side of it. So if you throw a good shot and you see the 6-pin just kind of wrap right around, so ring 10, wrap 10, whatever else, that means it was a pretty good shot. The ball went just a little bit long.
So is ring 10 and wrap 10, would you interchange those?
Yes, ring 10, wrap 10 is the same thing.
Kind of like flat 10 and quitter 10.
The pin wraps around it. Now, flat 10
or quitter.
Flat 10 or quitter 10 is totally different. It's when the pin just kind of drops into the ditch and stays there. The ring 10 or wrap 10 is when the 6-pin goes right around it. It hits the kickback and turns sideways, but it still stays above the deck.
The ball basically on a flat 10 / or quitter 10, the ball basically is just puked.
It's dead.
It's
dead and puke. Yeah, that's another bowling terminology where something pukes. It just kind of it's rolling and rolling and rolling, and then it just kind of looks like it gives up at the pocket, and the 6-pin just kind of goes in the channel and lays there, and it just looks flat, slow, ugly, whatever else. And that's again, most bowling terminology is just regular words.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever term or word or whatever else, just dictionary definition, people use regular words to describe what the ball is actually doing.
Yeah.
And there were so many hard wrap 10s on this show. Ascona left a couple. I left a couple. There was one Ascona let go of, and he pured it, and he was, already doing the Steven Keeler. All right, this stupid camera again. Too far away from us yet.
This makes me want to drill a pin down ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
This one's tough because I got to root for our guy, but then I love Chris Prather. You just can't help it. You see him move on and watch him throw it more.
Hey,
anytime
Jack.
you get to watch him throw it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm starving now.
He throws it so good.
Yeah. Well, Brent is from Kansas City, I'm pretty sure. Kansas City area.
Yes, Brent's is KC area.
So
come out and hang out with us.
Yeah,
buddy.
Brent's really close. So yeah, Brent, you're
all the tournaments.
definitely welcome to come down anytime.
The trip up to nearly.
Love to have you.
he's probably been to over half of the sweepers. He made the effort to come out to all of our sweepers. He's going to make the top 16.
Yeah, he made the finals next week. So maybe next week we can do something. Work schedule.
Well, we also remember Saturday we have Summit. That's a ring 10 right there. Holy smokes! We will be.
Norseman has brunch on Sunday though.
He's in Discord.
Yes,
Brent's in Discord.
Yes, he is. We will have we're actually bowling on Route 66 on Saturday at Summit, which is going to be interesting because with the friction that's at Summit, it's going to almost make it play like a house shot.
Yeah, it should play like a house shot because they had Carmen Salvino down one time. It was like 44 feet and whatever else.
Free hook everywhere.
Henniger didn't bowl.
I don't know if he's bowling this week.
I was trying to throw this when I was right-handed. I was trying to throw stronger stuff because it's 44 feet. It's fairly on the heavier side or the medium heavy side of volume, and so I'm trying to throw stronger stuff. And it's just not working. I was like, dude, and this is a couple of years ago before I'd really gotten to bowl a lot of the KC tournaments. And so he's like, dude, this surface is so beat up. Just pull out like a high road or something, like a high road on 45 feet and like 26, 27 mils. He's like, dude, this surface there's so much friction in the surface. And I pulled out and I think I cashed. Yeah. Because I was bowling with Packy and Kevin Williams and whatever else. Packy went plus 100 the first two. And I went like 190, 190. I'm like, okay, well, it was a 6-gamer too. So it's like, well, this day's over.
It's kind of like a 6-game, I think we're 6-game Saturday.
Yeah.
I wish they'd make singles 8.
And so Mark said, dude, just you have a high road, something I actually had an original high road. He's like, dude, pull it out and they'll be fine. And then I went like 240, 230, 220, 230 or something like that, and actually ended up cashing.
I'm actually so after looking at the graph, it's funny you say that. The first ball, just knowing my experience at Summit, just growing up bowling there and stuff, the Supra is what's going. The Supra is
the Volt.
Yeah, you should. The Supra is probably going to look pretty good. It's going to be
because the Volt is when he drilled it for me.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a Supra, Venom Shock, Venom Recoil type of day for me, more than likely. So
Boulevard is low-key my favorite brewery right now. Huh? Okay. Angel's getting new glasses. Boulevard.
I'm going to take this opportunity to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm breaking the seal.
Yeah. Oak-aged
My
Scotch
bladder is
ale.
curious.
So this is going to be very interesting. Oak-aged Scotch ale, Snow and Tell.
Did you hear me say that my game plan is funny? You said that is because I'm planning on going super early.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
Super is basically a high road slow rounder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually bowl in the same pair with Packy this weekend. Purple ball killer. Yeah. Packy is so much fun to bowl with. Packy is one of the most legitimately cool guys out there because he's good, but he just likes hanging out and bowling. And so I love bowling with him and bowling against him, more with him than against him. But he's just so much fun to be around. He legitimately, whatever he looks like on the Brad and Kyle videos, that's exactly how he is in real life. He'll talk to anybody. He'll hang out with anybody. He just has fun bowling and, being around people that are bowling. So, yeah. Packy's great. Okay. We'll compare the two glasses because one of those is laser etched on the bottom.
Yep. That's why I figured.
So, yeah. We'll show the difference between the other one.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Packy's amazing. Going to be a heckin' Zen day at Summit. I'll bring the Zen to Summit, but I probably will not throw it. I'm going to drill my high road tee for that. That's next weekend. Yep. I need to make sure I get holes in my high road tee. But my insight has been stupid ridiculous. I actually wrote the report card for that yesterday. So yeah. I'll be back. You're alone.
Oh.
He's talking about the pros and bowling with the pros.
Oh, so we'll already leave out. Oh, yeah. So Saturday? Yeah. So we're going to be bowling on Saturday. The Route 66, Kegel Route 66, is 45 foot in length, and as some of us that are from the Kansas City area know, that Summit Lanes is a very high friction surface that's beat up. It's not, I shouldn't say beat up, like the lanes are terrible. It's just very, 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 very old. Not old, sorry. Very, very used. A lot of games have been thrown on those, and it's the old AMF surface. That's the I can't think of the name of the surface now. Anyways, very, very high friction. So 45 foot in length. Huh? Ambeling. Thank you. So we're going to be bowling, like I said, Route 66 on Summit. So it's 45 foot. That's going to play pretty much like a house shot, but everything is so HPLs. Thank you, James. Everything is so high friction there that my game plan is probably going to be, you'd think, 45 foot, you're going to want stuff like higher end stuff. But it's probably going to be more of a
further right though than everybody else.
I do play further right than everybody else because I have a little slower speed and a little less hand, but looking more like Supra, Fatal Venom, Venom Shock. I know a lot of you are shocked that I said a Venom Shock.
Yeah. Right. Do you go? What's like a main two, whatever balls there are? What are the ones that like you don't leave home without?
Venom Shock.
Is there any other?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do not leave home without a Venom Shock. A Jackal Ghost always goes with me everywhere. I mean, it kind of interchanges from there. I'm a huge fan of the Trident Nemesis, so I take the Trident Nemesis a lot.
But those two are like
the main two that I do not leave home without, of course, the Spare Ball, is I do not leave home without a Venom Shocker and a Jackal Ghost. So.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. I'm really starting to like the Legacy more and more and more. So the Legacy is pretty good.
You've got what now, 20, 30 games on that?
On the Legacy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is where the wheels
fall maybe. And it's getting better and better.
The sixth frame.
You're about at that sweet spot that you started to kind of break the cover in.
Yep. I'm about 20 games on it. It is nasty.
So Prather just wrapped a 10. And so this was another one where the last time he was on this lane, he rang a 10, wrapped a 10, whatever you want to call it. Just the ball was just a little bit late.
You ready for me?
Yeah, we're ready.
Or you want me to show off the glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll show the difference between the laser etched and the.
Go ahead. There's this one.
So, yeah.
Here, do you want to show this one first?
So yeah, that's a regular beer glass. Norseman Brewing Company. And this is Norseman Brewing Company. It's laser etched on the bottom. So you can see the crisscrossing. That's supposed to release the bubbles. So.
And fun fact, I have this glass at home. You got it from work.
Is the Nano Pearl getting close to getting axed? No. We actually got confirmation from that from Ernest Godick.
I would actually expect, my personal view with no background, I would actually expect the Tour Solid to get axed before the Nano Pearl.
Yeah, the Nano Pearl is not anywhere close to getting discontinued. So
it's always fun trying to match it. So
yeah.
A little bit here.
Count your seconds.
So, do you think the PBA should bring back the outdoor events like they did in the 2000s, 2010s? No.
Yeah. I love it.
No. Oh, EJ just threw it right. This
is fun, just party time stuff. I think so. Yes.
Yeah, those were fun, but the
can't tell me a clash or something like that outside wouldn't be awesome.
The Women's U.S. Open, where it was outdoor in Reno and the dust got all over the lanes.
No, not for a legit title type thing. No. But if you were to have,
you can't see through the beer.
Say you had like 50 pros out there, all boys and girls, and you did like a pick your team.
Releasing the bubbles. Yeah. I don't know.
I want this person. I want this person. I want like pick it live.
They could easily do something
like that. Team right there. Just some fun hoopla, whatever stuff. I think would be fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where I said that EJ picks the 4-pin off.
Yes, Charwell, the Legacy is amazing.
Picks the 4-pin off. So this is something ridiculous. So Tackett won the first game. Now he leaves the washout, misses the washout badly. He goes, 6-1.
Oh.
And then gets a mixer. But Prather's in control of this match. He's just left. He went ring 10 on the right lane, packed them all back on the left lane. He goes back over to the right lane. And this is where heck gets interesting.
Just love tapping the head pin to switch them out.
Kabam.
I really enjoy the slow-mos.
I know, they're so much fun. Especially when they're switching like that.
So Prather makes an adjustment here. So it wrapped 10, so we're like, okay. Moves a little bit left.
I almost want to buy a second camera.
Slows down
on the lanes
a little bit
for the reviews for slow-mo pin action.
Rolls it a little bit more, and it's a 9.
It's just a straight drive-by.
He is so mad. He is so mad because if you look at it,
Riley.
position at the arrows.
Yes.
He labeled that shot. So his position at the arrows, he moved a half a board left, and he nailed the breakpoint board, but he slowed it down and rolled it just a little bit more, and he went from a wrap 10 to a 9-pin. And now...
And he hashtag fried missed.
Yep.
Missed it.
And he whiffed it. So...
Glasses come off.
So he was in control of that game.
I'm surprised he didn't walk off set and come back around. I would have.
He was in control of that game.
But he's got a ball in the left lane now. Yeah, in control. And
the glasses are off. He's rubbing his face.
Re-rack. Can you give me a re-rack?
Oh, it's so bad. I think the Legacy would fit in a bag with an inside. I'd like to get one of those before it gets axed. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're two totally different balls.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I would get an insight soon.
Wow, he missed left.
Yeah, I know. Well, in the very first frame of the first game, he missed it right. He left a 9-pin and missed it right. Yeah, I would get an insight now, because I thought when it came out that it wasn't going to make it to 2022, and it's not looking like it will.
Yeah, those two balls will complement each other, though. Two totally different.
And my report card, hopefully I'll have it finished up and ready to go today, because I just have to put the video together.
If you got the other monitor put up, it's going to take you like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was marginal for me when it came out. And I'm like, we have an Omega Crux. I don't know what this thing is, but I kept using it, and I took it to leagues and tournaments, and then James was here using it on Easter weekend. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to bring it out more.
He drilled it here, didn't he?
Yeah. And now it's going to be, I mean, the inside is the first ball in my second bag, and I've got more on the way. But it,
see, that ball didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I told her when we were watching yesterday. I'm like, well, EJ can get up and shut him out now. But I'm like, EJ's ball reaction sucks too.
Yeah.
So it's not like, but the insight is way, way, way better than people are realizing or giving it credit for, especially because it looks like a 10-year-old ebonite ball.
Yes, it looks like
I have trouble finding it on the rack because I'm looking for a storm ball, not an ebonite or a Columbia ball.
Yeah.
It's the baller, right?
So,
isn't that what it's
yeah.
Yeah.
But once it shines up, it's a whole lot prettier, and it smells ridiculously
It's got more
amazing.
pearl look in it, though, than the baller does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole lot. The colors pop a lot more, especially when it shines up.
So now that you've changed up some of your stuff that you're using, why don't you tell them what your have-to-haves?
Yeah. You have to have when you walk out the door. What do you have to take?
The ProMotion.
I'm gonna interview you.
Yeah, the ProMotion, the IQ Tour Solid, which I need to replace that with a different layout because I use it for my
the IQ or the ProMotion.
The IQ.
Any 2.810s.
Yeah. So his ball reaction's terrible, and
you're not taking my 500 one.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the other one.
All right.
But the last time I bowled lefty, I had a 4-inch pin to pap IQ Tour, and it was amazing. I drilled one this time with a 5-inch, and it's inconsistent. So, but I will want an ProMotion, an IQ Tour Solid, and an IQ Tornado Pearl in the first bag.
Can be your spare ball.
I don't want to waste the. I would end up throwing like my Nano Pearl at spares then.
Oh, okay.
Which wouldn't be a bad deal.
And he almost no, it wasn't.
But yeah, so IQ Tour ProMotion and IQ Tornado Pearl have to be in the first bag. That goes everywhere.
So those are your two bags, two balls you just got to go.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Three.
So IQ Tornado Pearl,
ProMotion.
IQ Tour, and ProMotion. So those 3 have to go everywhere all the time.
So you said those, and I said, when she asked me why you were upstairs, mine was the Venom Shock and the Jekyll Ghost. They go everywhere with me.
Mm-hmm.
So the Flash is pretty good too, though.
Now my next bag has become, I was carrying around the UC2 and the Rubicon for a while. The Rubicon is great, but I don't pull it out very often. The UC2 is either perfect or it's just a little too flippy.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's just too flippy. But when I need it, it's amazing. I should throw it more often, but I have other stuff that's a little bit more controllable and still kind of gets the job done.
Yeah.
So the Insight has moved its way into the first ball in my second bag. I threw it on Thursday when I gave a little bit to Jared Freed. pop, and that pair was tough. It started off and we didn't have much ball reaction. He only had ball reaction because he hits the crap out of it. But then #Brunswick balls, he started to lose some ball motion down lane.
You turned into the the roast 7.
We need to call their next Rising Grinds hashtag #BRoast.
Brunswick stuff owns the mid lane. Like if you want something that's mid lane and controllable on the back end, Brunswick brands are going to give that to you. But
100%, yeah. But it will die in 10 games.
But yeah, it'll die in 10 games, and it'll just start missing the spot.
Yeah.
And we've gotten so much better with earlier, smoother stuff, because it used to be Storm was the long and strong company. If you wanted something to flip, you got a Storm ball. But there wasn't much in the way of mid lane. But now
they've changed so much.
Phase 2, IQ Tour, Zen. So we've got stuff that's kind of all across the board.
And then there's the motive motion.
The motive motion is the smoother, rounder, generally, but rounder shapes.
Yep.
Rounder shapes like this Jackal Ghost are just
the Jackal Ghost is nasty.
I really, really love rounder shapes like what Motive offers.
What's funny, like for me, the Jackal Ghost is still round, but out of all the stronger asymmetrical solids we have, that thing goes left faster than anything we have.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Legacy is earlier and smoother. The Ghost just goes smooth, but it just goes left. Like that ball's sick. Sorry.
That's a very, very intelligent question from Vanities. So I need to.
No, I didn't see it. Hey, Luke, since you're lucky now, does your game plan change depending on the scoring pace to the right side? That's a great question.
Yeah, it's a great question because generally the left side is I try to play as straight as possible if it's there, because most of the time if you start fishing for ball reaction, you have to get in on the left side. It means that you're not going to make money that.
I have a follow-up question to this. It's on to you.
So the scoring pace of the right side, sometimes you can just count on, okay, well, my side's not going to break down.
Right.
And so if I don't have the greatest look to begin with, I know that the right side's going to change.
Right.
And so the game plan is most of the time, okay, if they're tougher on the left side, and that's exactly what I did at Aaron's for the doubles tournament.
Yep.
Which is like, okay, well, I'm just going to play straighter. Nothing's really looking that great, but the right side's going to burn up.
Right.
8 games, it's going to burn up. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to sit there and plug away. Well, eventually the right side didn't really change that much.
Right.
And my look didn't improve at all. And so I had to start moving around. I did it way too late. But once I pulled that inside out and got into third or fourth error or whatever and started swinging the line, that looked great. If I'd have done that 4 or 5 games ago. But yes, it definitely does change depending on the scoring pace of the right side.
So the follow-up question to that is, if you're bowling a tournament and you have a rough look on the left side, not rough, I shouldn't say rough, but you see the righties the righties are string. Do you ever catch yourself in press mode?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I can't. That's one of those things that the left side, there's never really a bad look on the left side, because once you find it or once you're close, it's not going to change. The only thing that's going to change is if you're moving pair to pair. The pairs can be kind of different.
Yep.
And the ends of the houses and whatever, but that's the same on the right side, because you'll have most of the time it's most of the time it's opposite though. So if the righties are like, wow, this pair's hooking, I'm like, wow, I can't get the ball to hook, so it boils down to topography. But different ends of the house, it's like, well, okay, well, this pair sucks, this pair's okay. As soon as we go down to the low end, it doesn't hook near as much or whatever else. So the righties still have the same topography issues too. It's intermixed with lane transition at the same time. So if you hit, the low end of the house for game 7 or 8, it's still going to hook less than the higher end of the house, but it's still going to be hooking more than it usually does because there's so many games of transition on it.
Right.
So it does really change. My game plan changes because it's kind of like, well, if the right side, like Ward Parkway, is the perfect example of just staying home, hitting the pocket, staying out of trouble, and I will outlast the righties there. And that's what I've told her and some other people is like, well, it's not necessarily that I bowl good at Ward Parkway. It's just I don't bowl as bad as everybody else does. So the few times
have you bowled on the left side of the house shot yet there?
No, okay. So we had I bowled the Glickley right-handed, and it was okay. And then there was one where I made the top. I made the top 4. I bowled against Packy.
Right-handed?
Yeah, right-handed. Okay. But the cut was only to the top 4. It was only plus 180 or something for 6 games, which is still 230.
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I mean, it's not like super crazy high
Right.
numbers to make the top 4 out of 80 people on something that really wasn't that difficult. But then I made it again the last time we were there when Riley broke his hand.
I wasn't. Where was I? Emporia.
Yeah, you were in Emporia anyway, and
Bowling
you
in
didn't,
Emporia.
you didn't want to bowl Ward Parkway anyway. But the cut to the top 4 was only plus 160.
What?
Yeah, it was plus 160.
How many games?
6. So, well, no, it was
160 over to make the cut, even on that crap?
Plus 120.
I was going to say, what?
Well, I couldn't remember.
There's only one tournament I will walk back in that building for.
Yeah.
And it is the Glickly. I will go back and bowl the Glickly.
Yeah.
Other than
But
that,
the cut was lower than I was thinking it'd be, because I only averaged 210 or 2. No, it was 8 games though, because it was a doubles. No. I can't remember what we were doing there. I had to think it was like 8 games though.
Last
maybe
8 gamer
it was 6, but yeah, I only averaged 215 for the 210, 215 for the day. It was on the Chris Paul pattern. Yeah, it was plus 120, because that's what it was, plus 120 to make the top 4. And so that's what I was thinking. That's only a 220 average.
They laid out the Chris Paul pattern?
Yeah.
Did they actually lay out the Chris Paul pattern?
I don't.
Well, it was really slick. But
they don't strip.
So yeah, it's not necessarily that I bowled well. It's just that I outlasted everybody else.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens at Ward Parkway, is that I know that as long as I find something decent, that's what happened on the Charmeleon, whatever that
I
we were
was so
bowling
fried
on.
that day. It took me to the 7th game, if I remember right, to double. The double.
Yeah, we cheered, and I think everybody thought.
I think the whole building cheered, yes.
Well, I think I only averaged 205 that day and got, my 30 sticks a handicap or whatever. But the cut was a plus 100 for 8 games or something like that.
So frustrating.
Very low for what we normally have, especially a cut to a top 4 or something. But again, it was just, I didn't really bowl great. I just didn't bowl bad. I picked up spares and I outlasted everybody else. And so that's a strategy I can use at Ward Parkway, whereas the strategy at somewhere like Belton has to change, because there's no way, when Brandon Carlson only averages 225 or 230 for a tournament on a house shot, that they're hard on the left side.
That was at Aaron's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he only averaged like 227 or 228.
Yeah, he didn't.
For 8 games on the left side where it never changes, and he averages 240 something and has
which you and I are
12 300s and
you and I are bowling doubles there together in June, correct?
Yeah, I think I need to send something to Waswo. But
I am not bowling the 5th.
Okay, so you're bowling the doubles but not the singles.
Yeah, we're going to the wedding.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Trent was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trent's. They gave us an invite, so we're going to the wedding. So we shall be at the Baumgartner wedding, which means we'll probably be hungover going to Bowl Sunday, but that's good. Oh.
So you need a ride Sunday? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'll be all right. Maybe. No, so Trevor, I said yesterday, are you going to bowl Sunday after your brother's wedding? He goes, I don't know. I'm going to party pretty hard the night before. And I said, so you're telling me you're going to bowl? Because that means you're going to bowl well. Hungover equals slow.
Yeah.
It never fails. Hungover, always bowl well. It's kind of like if you're not feeling well and you go bowl. A lot of times you bowl well.
Not me.
Oh, I'm like that.
There should be I don't know when the bowling's coming on today.
I thought it was 10:30. And it's new.
It was 10:30 yesterday.
Any ideas what time bowling comes on today? Help us out.
Well, I think Jake put in his score.
It's it right there, isn't it?
No, it went to horse racing.
7 p.m.
If you're
it's 7 p.m. tonight for the
Eastern.
playoffs.
6. If you're a sports bettor, hopefully your horse won the race yesterday for the Kentucky Derby.
All right.
Well, we're just some more bowling terminology. What else we got here?
Yeah. So we're probably going to go on ahead and turn this off for right now. We'll take a little break and maybe get a snack.
So I guess we could talk about it in there too.
Snacks would be important, and then we're going to go out to the garage and do a little bit of plug work and drill Angel a birthday ball. And
So
what? Maybe resume about 12:30. Give people 12:30. 12:30 our time, so 30
Yep.
minutes from now.
So yeah, 30 minutes from now.
Come see us again.
Yeah, we'll come back on for a stream and we'll try out my
Scotch.
Peat Monster.
It's all Scotch, right?
Yeah, it's all Scotch.
Scotch.
Peaty Scotch.
Down into my belly.
So we'll try out my samples here from the Flaviar subscription that my wife got me. And we're not going to open the cognac bottle because I
don't like cognac.
Yeah. They
Well, we don't want that much.
They sent us the wrong
It's a
bottle.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. For those that hadn't seen, they sent the wrong bottle, and if you never had cognac,
Yeah.
that's a big bottle.
Yeah, it's a big bottle of cognac. So they're going to send us something and replace it because we were supposed to get bourbon and we got cognac. So
Big difference.
yeah, we're going to try it. And that's a big bottle. I think it's still just a 750 though. Yeah, it's still just a 750. It looks like a big bottle though. So
Once again, before we head out, I've got to do my
Whiskey
plug
is going to
again.
be a big bottle.
Got to do my plug again. Head over to luke.bowlinglabs.com. You can pick up your Heckin' Urethane t-shirts. And you can pick up the Panda Pack patches where proceeds go to Positive Tails KC. And there you go.
mm-hmm.
They're pretty awesome patches.
Awesome possum. Me still.
There you go.
Where you at, baby dog?
And join the Discord, which is the link James just posted. You
Yep.
have a lot of fun on the free side, and you can
No, here she comes. Okay.
Yep.
come out and
Come here,
hang out with us in
Mr.
Discord. If you have any
Mr.
questions, you got.
Come here, baby.
No, she wants to.
You want to talk motive bowling balls? You want to talk storm bowling balls? You want to talk Brunswick
Yeah.
bowling balls? You can do it.
We have a motive channel.
Then there is a motive channel in there.
Mr. Dog.
Riley and I are the
Come here,
staffers that are in there, so if you want to chat, ask questions on motive bowling balls, feel free to give
Well,
us a
you
shout.
know I don't want you up on the
No,
couch.
So,
just go ahead. We'll
If
go
we're not
ahead.
100% right there to you to
I
answer it
missed
real
all.
quick, I apologize. But,
I know, sweetie. I
sometimes
know
I just
you
don't
got,
hear
you're a
my phone
lucky
or
dog.
something.
You got a lick. I know you're a lucky dog.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Dog.
What's up?
Say bye-bye, Mistles. Say bye-bye.
Oh, there's the bye.
Yeah.
Here, let me have
Do
your
you want me to end it?
Yep.
Where's my mouse?
You got to click the middle button.
Right here?
Yeah,
It
That-
actually goes to sleep
it
All
goes
right.
to sleep to conserve batteries. So we'll see in about a half an hour out in the garage.
in the shop.
Shop.
In the shop.
Maybe.
Click where it says that.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought I did.